Well, with me in the booth is John Driffill, our producer-engineer, Gabe Lemus, with technical assistance provided by Kurt Hoffman. It's high school football, second round, CIF playoff action, Division II, San Diego section, CIF. High school football on AM 1230 and on the Kxo YouTube channel, brought to you by Southwest Security Services, Kennedy's Karne, McNeece Mart, Fonda Bar Grill, by the CB Stop in Calexico, the Broken Yolk Café, Kennedy's Taco Shop, Stan's Auto Body, and Imperial Valley College. Tonight, we have what we think may be the first time that Centro and Brawley will meet in a CIF playoff game. They have met 100+ times over the years, and this, I believe, is the first time they will meet in a CIF playoff game. It's second round. The Central Spartans seeded number 2 in Division II, and the Brawley Wildcats got to this round with a big victory last week and moved on. They beat Mount Carmel and earned the right to take on the Central Spartans again this year. We'll talk more about that when we continue on our Spartan pregame show.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been providing private security locally for more than 20 years and have owned Southwest Security for more than 6.5 years. I'm proud to announce that we have over 250 employees working here in Imperial and Coachella Valley. Last year, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. P.O. Box service to you. Also located at Southwest Security at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro. If you're in the need for security services, please call us at Southwest Security at 760-970-4500. That's 970-4500.
Kennedy's Karne at 1239 Adams Avenue in El Centro. Check out these specials. USDA Choice or Black Angus Carne Asada flat meat, $1 off per pound. USDA Choice Filet Mignon, $9.99 a pound. Chicken wings, $1.99 a pound. Su Carne ribeye steak bone-in, $6.99 a pound. And Su Carne marinated flat meat, $5.99 a pound. And it's back. Only Monday through Wednesday. Traditional Pollo Asada, buy one, get 1 pound free. Kennedy's Karne is open Sunday through Wednesday, 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Thursday through Saturday, 8 to 8. That's Kennedy's Karne at 1239 Adams Avenue in El Centro.
McNeece Mart is your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get you through your day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party with their giant 52-inch pizza. Daily specials on selected foot-long subs. Yes, McNeece Mart is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
Craving Mexican food? La Fonda Bar Grill is everybody's favorite choice. The Camacho family has been doing it right for many, many years. You're never disappointed on the service you get, the smiling faces who serve you, and the food that's delivered to your table. They make you feel at home. One tradition they've always kept is serving you freshly made Mexican food daily, from chile rellenos to enchiladas. Everything is handmade. La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street, El Centro.
Well, it's pregame. The Central Spartans, the Brawley Wildcats, part 2. The Bell game just 2 weeks ago, and there are some repercussions from that Bell game. And, first off, we can tell you that Brawley will be without several starters that are no longer with the team. Also, at the conclusion of the Bell game, there was a bit of a scrum. There were several Brawley players that were suspended and unable to play last week against Mount Carmel. Even being down some starters and some key players, the Wildcats managed to put together an 8-0 victory. 2 field goals and a safety. Good enough. Move on. The Central Spartans basically are healthy and enjoyed a week off, getting ready for the Brawley Wildcats. And John Driffill, the Wildcats, they scrappy. Played tough against Central in the Bell game, had that game up to the final 3 minutes. Unfortunately, you were not there. You were on the injured list. And Marco Peralta will never let you forget he got to call the Bell game. The Wildcats, it was, oh my, do you believe in magic? The way the Spartans pulled that game out. Last week, as I said, the scrappy Wildcats came through with a big win and did it with some issues. So, what do you see tonight, John?
Well, every John self-coached team could be labeled as scrappy. They're going to play hard. They're going to play from the opening whistle to the final play of the game. And you mentioned that 2 weeks ago, Brawley did have control of the game. I'm sure that they've thought long and hard about what they could have done differently to secure the victory. Give Central credit. They scored the 2 touchdowns within the last 3 minutes and 55 seconds that gave them the victory. So I'm sure if we get in the same situation, that Brawley will be thinking about what changes they'd like to make to secure the victory. But Brawley looks at this as a revenge type of game, not to the standing that you want to go ahead and hurt anybody, but they lost. And they lost the bell after having it from the previous year's victory. They lost on their own field. And so they're coming down here, and they're going to play hard. They're ready to go. Doesn't matter who's out there, who's not. Doesn't matter who the refs are. They're going to be ready to go from the beginning. And they want to turn around that victory. And, Carroll, here's something that's kind of interesting. The last 3 times Central and Brawley has played, the visiting team has won each of those 3 games. So Central obviously would like to stop that right now, and Brawley would like to make it 4.
And as we know, you get these 2 teams together, anything can happen. And it is a Thursday night game, tomorrow being Veterans Day, and the Spartans tonight saluting the veterans that are here at this game. And it moved to Thursday with everything else that is going on. No school tomorrow, so it made some sense to move the game and set it up for tonight. And we have to tell you that there's no competition. It's the only game in town, and that will help as well. As part of the Veterans Salute, the Correctional Officers Color Guard leading a group. It's amazing. There's got to be, 40 or 50 veterans coming out?
Yeah, it's very good to see them. The color guard just barely reaching midfield right now with the Stars and Stripes. And I would say, yeah, it looks like there's a group of about 50 vets, both male and female, that are out there with them. And this crowd is honoring them with a silent tribute, thanking them for their service.
The color guard, again, from the correctional officers, and we will have our national anthem, and we'll see if we can pick that up. We have trouble with that from where we are, so we will try and pick up the Great Spartan Band. And the Great Spartan Band with our national anthem. We'll continue with our pregame show coming up.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and play the lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Wake up with Broken Yolk Café, open daily at 7 a.m., serving your favorite breakfast, from omelets, pancakes, eggs Benedict, waffles, and yes, Mexican breakfast too. Broken Yolk Café serves lunch till 2 p.m., from sandwiches, salads, and yes, of course, the all-American cheeseburger. Broken Yolk Café thanks you for voting us the best breakfast in town. Once again, you can order online at Broken Yolk Café El Centro or call 760-352-9655.
Kennedy's Taco Shop in the Ocotillo Plaza in El Centro, home of the 2 for $10 burritos and tortas, 99-cent fish tacos every day you can enjoy with an ice-cold beer. And don't forget Kennedy's award-winning carne asada. They also have thrifty ice cream. Kennedy's Taco Shop is open Monday through Friday, 10:30 to 7, Saturdays 11 to 6. That's Kennedy's Taco Shop, 1560 Ocotillo Drive in the Ocotillo Plaza in El Centro.
Bo and his team of employees at Stan's Auto Body are constantly striving on giving you 100% satisfaction on getting your vehicle repaired and fixed right. Stan's Auto Body is grateful for the support they hear from the job they're doing and being highly rated with CarWise.com. Yes, accidents are disturbing, and Stan's Auto Body is here for you to ease the pain and fix your vehicle as fast as possible. Stop by at 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Okay, John Driffill, the Brawley Wildcats, the Central Spartans, and we're going to have to go back 2 weeks to the Bell game. You were not there, but I know that you were listening, and I know you were aware that Bell game dominated by 2 people for the most part. We're talking Charlie Sullivan, and we're talking Tanner Carranza. And one of those 2 is not with us at the game tonight. So that's going to put a crimp in the Brawley offense and defense as Tanner playing on both sides of the ball. The Spartans, healthy, came out of the Bell game apparently quite healthy. And the week off gave them a chance to get healthy, or healthier, and get ready. So we stand there, and I will tell you, the Spartans are the number 2 seed, not to get ahead of ourselves. But should Central win tonight, they will play either San Marcos, the number 6 seed, or Ramona, the number 3 seed, and being a number 2 seed, the Spartans would be at home. Not getting ahead of ourselves, just letting you know. Should Brawley win tonight, well, they'll play either San Marcos or Ramona, but they will be on the road because they are a number 7 seed.
And it will be the first time they actually leave the Valley since they played last week up at Brawley, and this week they're playing right here at El Centro. Interesting to note, Carroll, that we talked a little bit about the setup for this. We've been doing this long enough to remember when Brawley Central always played 2 games. They usually played the 3rd game in September of the season, and then they finished up with the Bell game. They stopped doing that around 2005 just because of the new seating format at San Diego. They actually lost points or credit by playing each other, so they needed to pick up other teams to play to give them better seedings in the playoffs. So since then, they have not met twice, but it used to be a common occurrence. And as always, in any sport, it's very difficult to beat the same team twice, let alone beat them twice in 2 weeks. So Brawley feels that they have a lot of things going for them. You mentioned that Tanner Carranza scored both of the touchdowns 2 weeks ago for Brawley. He is not on the field tonight. Charlie Sullivan scored both of the touchdowns for Centro. He is on the field tonight, along with Ernie Estrada that caught the third touchdown. But it was Charlie Sullivan that ran for the first and then caught the winning touchdown with less than 2 minutes to go in the corner of the end zone. So we expect now, as the ball is getting teed up, Brawley will kick off. We do not know if they won the toss.
They did win the toss and deferred.
So that means Central won the toss and deferred. So,
right.
Brawley won the toss, deferred, so they're going to kick off. That means they will receive the second half kick. And we would expect that Nathan Urbano will be the one kicking off, and he indeed is, flanked by one of the Moreno brothers, and it's good to see a Moreno with number 23. This is Matthew, the sophomore. He will start tonight on offense and defense. He has been a defensive starter all year, and he will be starting on offense tonight.
Deep to receive the expected kickoff is Sergio Garcia. And also deep is, I believe it's Gavin Marini.
Yes, Gavin's always been the one back there, so it'll be Gavin Marini. Let's see if Brawley does anything askew here with a short kick. No, they're kicking it away.
Kick it away. It'll bounce at about the 15, and it'll be picked up there by Garcia. Garcia goes into the middle, spins, gets away from one would-be tackler, stays on his feet, and is pushed down at about the 27-yard line. Our officials tonight: John Seaman is the referee, Alan Phillips the umpire, Sean McLaughlin is the line judge, James can't read my Bentley is the head linesman, and Nathan Binkins is the back judge.
They are all local refs, Carroll. They did not bring anybody in since they didn't need to because of extra games.
And it is a hybrid crew. And by that, they have worked together. They worked the Bell game together. I believe they worked last Friday night's Brawley game as well. And there's a stop on the field. We want to get
well, the chain's kind of wrapped around a young man's foot on the Brawley sideline, so they had to extract the chain from the offending player's cleats, and now they've got the chain stretched out.
Damian Rodriguez from the pistol. Marini goes in motion. Snap back, handoff, guess what? Run right up the middle. Charlie Sullivan bounces to the outside. He's across the 35 to the 37-yard line. It'll be a 9-yard gain for Charlie Sullivan. Surprise, surprise, huh, John?
Well, that was all Charlie Sullivan, as the play was designed to go between the center and the guard. And he saw that, first of all, for Brawley, they knew what was coming. And so their excellent inside linebacker, Chris Camillo, was waiting for Sullivan, so he broke it outside. 9-yard pickup.
Spread formation. Again, the pistol with Charlie Sullivan, the setback. Ayala goes in motion. Plants as an H-back. Handoff, fake it to Sullivan. Toss it over the middle. It is complete to Ayala. Nope, not Ayala. Arturo Estrada. Artie Estrada with the catch. Good for a first down out to the 48-yard line. Still in Spartan territory.
Estrada had that huge touchdown reception 2 weeks ago on the Bell game of 73 yards. This one's all the way out to the 48-yard line, a 12-yard pickup for the Spartans and Estrada.
Again, Jaden Ayala goes in motion. Handoff, it is Charlie Sullivan up the middle, blast through across the 50-yard line to the 42-yard line. Mark at the 43 in Wildcat territory. One thing that we can comment on, John, I believe Damian Rodriguez just matched his completion total from the Bell game. Pretty darn close.
Right, he had one catch, but again, that was a huge one. It was that touchdown.
Right. So maybe that's a good sign. He was off the Bell game.
10-yard pickup, second first down on this opening drive for the Spartans.
Estrada wide on the left side. Ayala again in the motion. Fake it to Sullivan. Toss it out in the flat to Sergio Garcia. And Garcia is wrestled down. Julius Diaz on the tackle. Julius then helped him up, patted him on the back, and said, let's do it again.
Yeah,
first down.
Excellent pass, but even a better run by Garcia, as Brawley had two players there, and Garcia was able to make them both miss. Take it down for an 11-yard pickup to the 32.
1st and 10, Spartans. Marini in motion. Handoff, it is again Sullivan, and Sullivan is wrapped up and spun down. And once again, on the tackle is Julius Diaz.
Diaz saved a touchdown there as Camillo was what's called the run blitzing, and he blitzed right through the hole where he thought that Sullivan was coming. But unfortunately for Camillo and Brawley, he went through the other hole, the other side of the center, and a touchdown saving tackle.
Pickup of 4, 2nd and 6. Got the H-back there, gets a big block, and Sullivan stumbles over somebody that was on the ground. Gets it down to the 25-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd down and about 3.
We would assume from where the ball is now in the field position that this is 4-down territory. A little bit out of Mile Rodriguez's field goal range.
From the Wildcat. Direct snap, Sullivan, nothing inside, cuts it to the outside and is very close to the first down.
Yeah, he did get the first down as referee Seaman is moving the chains. That'll be the 4th first down, giving Central the ball 1st and 10 from the 22.
Tackle made by Aidan Torres.
And that's that jumbo offense where they put all of those offensive linemen stacked up on the right side, almost like a full house, but they're linemen, and then Sullivan takes the snap and follows them.
Rodriguez back in at quarterback. Marini in motion, handoff, it is Charlie Sullivan. Sullivan very patiently crosses the 20 down to about the 18-yard line, a pickup of 4. Trust me, if you can pick up 4 yards on every first down, you're in good position to keep moving the football.
And knowing Coach John Self and the Wildcats, Carroll, that now they're inside the 20, this may be a time where you're going to see, although they line up in their standard 3-down linemen, they actually send 5 or even 6. So let's see what Central does, if they're going to play it straight up or if they have something where it'll be a play action.
Again, the pistol. Again, Marini in motion. And the handoff, it is no handoff, fake to Sullivan, fire into the end zone, almost picked off. And it was Mackay Torres. Almost, I'm so used to, Washington being the one with the interceptions, but nowhere near the receiver, and Torres almost had it. It'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Aiden Torres is a 2-year starter on this defense. He's a very important component. Big play here. Let's see. They've got Skylar cooking with the jumbo Wildcat.
And Sullivan will get it down to the 15. It'll be short of a first down. It'll bring up a 4th down and about 4.
And we'll see now what the Spartans decide to do. The Wildcats, actually, they marked it down on the 16. So that is going to bring up 4th and 4. Central may want to take a timeout to make sure they have the right play called in.
Nope, they're coming right out. And again, with the Wildcat, direct snap to Charlie Sullivan. Sullivan goes outside. Sullivan's got a seam. Cuts it upfield across the 10, inside the 5, before he is pushed down. Inside, outside, Charlie Sullivan does it.
And Carroll, that was a great adjustment by the Central Spartans. Every time they've done the Wildcat Jumbo, they always run to the right side behind that Jumbo. No chance. Sullivan took a jab step to the right and then took off running. Was just able to beat Camilo from getting taken down. So now we're 1st and goal inside the 10.
Mark it on the 7, 1st and goal. And again, the Wildcat direct snap. Charlie Sullivan inside the 5 down to the 4-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 4. Nothing new, them using the Wildcat. That is something that, particularly on short yardage situation, they have done. Damian Rodriguez comes back in.
And let's see now if we're going to do some kind of play action. Central, again, may have to take a timeout. They're taking an awful lot of time here getting this play called and getting it off as they're just breaking the huddle right now. Double wideouts right and left.
Changing personnel.
Zayon Robinson is in the backfield.
He is the only one. He gets the ball, cuts it to the outside, and is tackled by the only guy that could have gotten him, Daniel Camille.
And he brought him down right about a yard across the line of scrimmage, so let's give him a yard. Again, Central trying to show Brawley something that they have not shown or seen all year. And Camillo just saved a touchdown. As you mentioned, he was the only guy out there. Zarian, instead of breaking inside where the hole was, broke it outside and he was taken down. So now we're looking at 3rd and goal, Carroll from the 3.
Sullivan from the Wildcat. Sullivan looking for a hole, cuts it to the outside, turns on the jets and gets into the end zone. Charlie Sullivan turned the corner and got it in for the score. Heavy dose of Charlie Sullivan on that drive, John.
Right, and he's the one that capped it off with the 3-yard touchdown run. We'll get the recap to you in just a moment.
And it is Milas Rodriguez with a point after attempt. Snap back, kick is up, and the kick is good. 4:05 to play in the first quarter. It's Central 7. Brawley coming to bat.
IVC is celebrating 60 years of providing quality education to the Imperial Valley. It is now recognized as a top 10 community college in the nation. Through IVC's culture of care, strong K-12 partnership, transfer degree pathways, embedded tutoring program, flexible scheduling process, and many more services to support student success and completion, IVC is here to support you. IVC has what any student from any background needs to successfully complete their education at IVC and continue. Begin applying at imperial.edu/admissions.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been providing private security locally for more than 20 years and have owned Southwest Security for more than 6.5 years. I'm proud to announce that we have over 250 employees working here in Imperial and Coachella Valley. Last year, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. P.O. Box service to you. Also located at Southwest Security at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro. If you're in the need for security services, please call us at Southwest Security at 760-970-4500. That's 970-4500.
Damian Abarca is deep to receive along with Brandon Porras. Rodriguez with the kickoff. Deep kick fielded at the 5. And it is Abarca, breaks one tackle and is wrapped up and dropped. But not till he's out to the 32-yard line. Jaden Ayala on the tackle. It'll be Brawley bringing the ball out. 1st and 10, their first offensive series.
Central Carroll took almost 8 minutes off the clock because we're under 4 minutes now. That's quite an opening drive.
If you have the football, the other team can't score.
Matthew Gutierrez leading the Wildcats out with Moreno flanked to his left.
Brawley with a spread. We're not used to seeing that necessarily.
Looks like Central, double wideouts right and left.
Gutierrez is a sophomore. Takes a snap, hands it off. It is Moreno in the middle. Gets it out to the 35, make it the 36-yard line. Matthew Moreno, the sophomore running back.
6-yard pickup, so not a bad first down play, Carroll. a 4-yard pickup. Need to check. Yeah, they snapped it from the 32 out to the 36.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4.
That's 4.
Okay.
Moreno's the younger brother of the other Moreno, who was all IVL 2 years running. Excellent football player.
It is 2nd and 6. Dropping back to pass, dumping it off in the flat. It is caught and spinning out across the 40 to the 45-yard line is Brandon Porras.
He is their super sophomore. Porras was actually caught 3 touchdown passes last year in the quarterfinal match where the Brawley Wildcats lost to the Santa Fe Christian Patriots, as Porras had 3 touchdowns in that game. And his big start here, first pass, first reception, first down.
And spot the ball right on the 45. There are now whistles. And
we have a little problem with the equipment that they're getting straight. And Daniel Camillo has to come off, and he's quickly replaced. Just his chin strap was broken.
Okay, 1st and 10, and it is keeper. It is Gutierrez. Matthew on his feet is tattooed. Charlie Sullivan brings him down, but not till he crosses the midfield stripe all the way down to the 42-yard line in Spartan territory.
Yeah, that wasn't Carroll a Wildcat, but it sure could have been. It was more like a quarterback draw where Gutierrez took the snap, jab step like he was going to hand off, come around and just took off running, and there was no Spartans there. Big pickup of 13 yards. Brawley moving the football on their first possession.
1st and 10. Wildcats on the Spartan 42-yard line. Gutierrez has Moreno on his left. Now he moves to the right. Back to pass. Gutierrez looks, fires downfield, and it goes incomplete. Intended for Mackay Washington. And downfield, running with him, Skylar Cook. And also running with him was Zarian Robinson.
Gutierrez is not really known as a throwing quarterback. He likes to option and run and do the RPO, the read pass. That time it was a straight snap, drop back and throw. It was a predicted play, which means they called it. Unfortunately for the Wildcats, I think that Gutierrez saw that it was well covered. He just threw it away.
From the pistol, Moreno lines up behind Gutierrez. Moreno with the handoff. Moreno lowers the shoulder, breaks one tackle, and then is hit and dropped, but not till he picks up about 7 yards.
Moreno hit right at the line of scrimmage, Carroll, and as you called it, pushed that forward. Nice 7-yard pickup of what could have been a 3rd and 10. Now you've got a 3rd and about 3 or 4.
The Wildcats, this is a different offense than what we saw in the Bell game for the most part, John.
Well, you have different players. Before it was Tanner Carranza, the fullback, getting the snaps. Now you've got both Gutierrez and Moreno factoring in.
3rd and call it 5, where they marked it. Back to pass, looking, Gutierrez fires, and it is bobbled and dropped. As the pass intended for Brandon Porras went off his fingertips, almost got it, but as he reached for it the second time, Charlie Sullivan laid him flat.
Looks like we're going to have a punt, as kicking for the Wildcats will be Julian Petonis. And that play, what happened for both Gutierrez and Porras, is Gutierrez threw it just a hair too soon, and when Porras turned around, the ball was right on top of him. So very alertly got his hand up and almost was able to bring it in, but it would have been a spectacular catch.
Watch the fake, John. Moreno is the up back,
yes,
the protector. It is a snap back to the punter. He gets away a punt that'll bounce at about the 10, roll down at the 5, and it will be down there. Central will put it in play 1st and 10 on their own 5-yard line. We've got 56 seconds to play in the first quarter. Central leads Brawley 7-0.
Kennedy's Karne at 1239 Adams Avenue in El Centro. Check out these specials. USDA Choice or Black Angus Carne Asada flat meat, $1 off per pound. USDA Choice Filet Mignon, $9.99 a pound. Chicken wings, $1.99 a pound. Su Carne ribeye steak bone-in, $6.99 a pound. And Su Carne marinated flat meat, $5.99 a pound. And it's back, only Monday through Wednesday. Traditional Pollo Asada, buy one, get 1 pound free. Kennedy's Karne is open Sunday through Wednesday, 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Thursday through Saturday, 8 to 8. That's Kennedy's Karne at 1239 Adams Avenue in El Centro.
Well, it was going to be a running play, and one of the guards was going to pull and block, but he pulled and blocked before the ball was snapped. So that'll cost him half the distance to the goal, and that means it'll be 1st and 12 from about the 2.5-yard line.
Brawley had a safety last weekend, 2 weeks ago. Let's see if they can get another one here.
Direct snap. It is Charlie Sullivan. Almost pops it. One man got him, and that man brought him down. Chris Camille was on the ground when he grabbed Sullivan by the ankles. But he got some running room for him.
Yeah, we certainly been calling his name a lot, as that was a nice 8-yard pickup. Remember, it was 1st and 12, so 8-yard pickup for Sullivan.
It is 2nd and about 4, a long 4, or a short 5. Your pick. Is it half full, half empty? 2nd down. It is the Wildcat. It is Sullivan again. Nothing inside. Sullivan turns it to the outside across the 15. The flag flies in well behind the play. And that's typical of a holding call.
We might get that. It will certainly back the Spartans.
It is holding against the Spartans. That will negate a 10-yard pickup by Charlie Sullivan.
And you can see now the reason that Brawley decided to punt there, even though they're inside Spartan territory, punted the football away, hoping to pin Centro back and get it now on their side of the field on an exchange of punts, or even more favorably if they can get a turnover here.
They'll march the ball back to the 5-yard line, so it'll stay 2nd down. Now it is 2nd and 8. Again, it is Damian Rodriguez in at quarterback. Timeout on the field.
That's the end of the quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. At the end of 1 quarter of football, it is Central 7, Brawley nothing.
McNeece Mart is your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get you through your day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party with their giant 52-inch pizza. Daily specials on selected foot-long subs. Yes, McNeece Mart is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
Craving Mexican food? La Fonda Bar Grill is everybody's favorite choice. The Camacho family has been doing it right for many, many years. You're never disappointed on the service you get, the smiling faces who serve you, and the food that's delivered to your table. They make you feel at home. One tradition they've always kept is serving you freshly made Mexican food daily, from chile rellenos to enchiladas. Everything is handmade. La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street, El Centro.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in California, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
It is high school football live on AM 1230 KXO El Centro, California. Did you know we're on YouTube and we have a live chat feature on YouTube? Yeah, we do. I just thought I'd mention that. Keith Smith knows it.
Triple right outs to the left, Carroll. Single to the right.
2nd and 8 from his end zone. Rodriguez dumps it off. It is complete. Looking for some running room. Breaking one tackle, but not able to push much more. And the scrum continues after the whistle. Artie Estrada with the catch. Brings it out to the 13-yard line. and that is very close to a first down. Let's see where they mark it. Is that enough? That's enough. Estrada with the catch.
Artie's second catch of the evening as they mark the ball all the way out to the 14 for a 9-yard pickup.
1st and 10 from about the 17. Sullivan from the Wildcat. Sullivan looking, goes inside, breaks it loose, and is tripped up after crossing the 25-yard line. And again, the tackle made by Gilbert Corrales while Corrales was on the ground, John.
But it did save a touchdown is what he does. Is it's a roll tackle where he tries to just block in on the ankles of the ball carrier, and he was successful enough to bring Sullivan down, or that would have been another touchdown. So Central now driving the football. They brought it out all the way past the 25. They put it on the 26, so that was another 12-yard pickup for Sullivan.
1st and 10, spotted on the 26-yard line. Sullivan from the Wildcat. No, that's Gutierrez back there. Yes. Okay, Gutierrez rolling to his right, steps up, gets a block, fires deep downfield, and just out of the reach of Sergio Garcia, but there is a flag on the play.
It looks like we're in another hold call. There was no penalties before this drive, and this will be Central's third call. I believe this one's going to be a hold, so they've had a motion and now 2 holds, although there is a flag down here at the 43-yard line. At least it looks like there's a flag.
Yes, there is.
So we could have offset penalties, which this would be Brawley's first infraction. They've had an error-free game tonight.
They did in the Bell game as well, John.
Well, that's testament to John Self. Although the way they're lining up, it looks like the ball's going to be
holding against Central, declined. Pass interference against Central, it is accepted.
So both, the Brawley keeps their clean record, and Central now, that's their 4th penalty here on this drive. So that's going to move it back.
And in the Bell game, again, Central had, I believe, 5 major penalties that stymied several drives.
So they move this one back. Actually, the ball was on the 26. They put it on the 13, so that's going to be a 13-yard penalty.
So it'll be 2nd, and they need to get out to the 36.
Yeah, it still says first, so I do believe that it will be a repeat of down. The reason they took the pass interference, it was more yardage.
Dumps it off in the flat. It is completed to Sergio Garcia. Breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle, guts it to the outside, spins, stays on his feet, and keeps moving out to the 30-yard line. Several Brawley Wildcats had him.
And that is Garcia's 2nd reception of the evening. Brings it all the way out to the 30-yard line. 17-yard pickup, but remember they had 2nd and about 25. So now they're still now at 2nd and about 8.
Okay. So you get it back in chunks. And that was a good-sized chunk.
Most of it by Garcia. It was a 2-yard pass, and he ran the other 17 all on his own.
It is Damian Rodriguez at quarterback from the pistol. Takes a snap, drops back, fires. It is complete to Ayala. And it'll bring up 3rd and about a yard.
Ayala, another sophomore. There's a 5-yard pickup.
But I don't know if you've noticed, but both Central and Brawley, very heavy depending on sophomores.
Yes.
And they've
stretched the chain out, and that was enough for a first down.
So spotted up on the 36-yard line, 1st and 10. Time-consuming drives. The Wildcat, it is Sullivan again. Sullivan up the middle, breaks it through. He's across the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Charlie Sullivan. 64-yard touchdown run. by Charlie Sullivan out of the Wildcat.
And no flags on the field, Carroll.
No flags. A lot of confetti in the air, but no flags.
Although they are coming over here and talking to Coach Pena on the sidelines, so I'm not sure what they could be discussing. They have put the ball down for the PAT mark, so maybe there's some discussion about
could be a sideline. It is a sideline warning. Coach Pena pushing his players back, and that is a warning at this point.
And the officials not wanting this game to get out of hand as a Central nice 94-yard drive, Carroll. That's what we forget. This thing started, 96, started back on their own 4-yard line after that nice punt.
3-yard line. So make it 97, John. That extra yard is important. Snap back, kick up, kick is good. 8:32 to play in the first half. Central 14, Brawley nothing.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and play the lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road. The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker.
The Central Spartans, 97 yards. I'm glad you listened to me, John. 6 plays, 3 on the ground, 3 of 3 passing, and a 64-yard touchdown run by Charlie Sullivan. Okay, they did penalize the Spartans. Unsportsmanlike conduct, excessive celebration, 15-yard penalty. Rodriguez will kick off from his own 25-yard line, which means the Wildcats should end up with very good field position.
Let's see if they do a little pooch kick.
Kick it, bouncing down the side, touched by one of the up men, then picked up by Moreno. Looking for some running room, brings it out to the 45, out to the 48-yard line. And it is Matthew Moreno on the return.
And that unsportsmanlike penalty, Carroll, that is for excessive celebration. You can do the 5-yard or the 15, and that was the 15-yard. So Brawley, excellent field position starting on the 49-yard line, their own 49, their best field position for them to start their second drive here. Certainly not wanting to be 2 touchdowns this early into the game, only having the ball once on offense. So critical time here for the Wildcats to do something to respond.
It is 1st and 10, Wildcats, best field position. They are on their own 49-yard line. Matthew Gutierrez with the snap, drops back, fires. It's caught underneath by Brandon Porras. Porras is pushed out of bounds. And that is very close to a first down. I think that's good enough.
Yeah, that is a first down. As 2 for 4 tonight is Gutierrez. Both completions to Porras.
Nehemiah Perez on the tackle.
And that appears to be what Brawley's going to try to do in the passing attack, is get the ball to Porras. We mentioned, Carroll, that Rodriguez need to have a good start for the Spartans. 5 for 6, that's a pretty good start.
And play is blown dead. The play was to be a handoff to Zane Richards.
And this is going to be another penalty against the Spartans. They said they lined up offside. As we were wondering, Carroll, at the end of the bell game, Rascon went out about 2 or 3 plays before the game completed with a knee injury. He is in uniform tonight on the field, but he is not playing on the defensive side of the football, which is where he excels at.
Zane Richards in the backfield alongside Matthew Gutierrez, and crashing through in the middle is the Spartan defense, but was he drawn offside?
Nope, that's going to be first down. 2 straight penalties gives Brawley a first down all the way down to the Spartan 31-yard line. So Central helping out Brawley here.
They don't need help, guys. They're a very good football team.
Matthew Gutierrez getting the call. He does go to the sidelines, gets the call, brings it out to the huddle, but Brawley always gets the snap off quickly. They hardly ever have any danger of getting the delay of game call.
7 minutes left in the first half. 14-0 Central leads. Brawley is moving the football. Gutierrez back to pass, looking, firing deep downfield, got the man open. That's got to be Mekhi Washington. He beat double coverage, and Matthew Gutierrez dropped it right in his arms.
That puts Brawley right back in the game.
And I believe that was Washington, John.
Yes. Mekhi Washington, excellent catch. Central had 2 players back there, but the safety came over late, and the ball was received and brought in the end zone. So now,
and penalties a killer for the Spartans on that drive. We'll have the point after attempt. Snap is back, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 6:54 to play in the first half. It's Central 14, Brawley 7.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and play the lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Wake up with Broken Yolk Café. Open daily at 7 a.m. Serving your favorite breakfast. From omelets, pancakes, eggs Benedict, waffles, and yes, Mexican breakfast too. Broken Yolk Café serves lunch till 2 p.m. From sandwiches, salads, and yes, of course, the all-American cheeseburger. Broken Yolk Café thanks you for voting us the best breakfast in town. Once again, you can order online at Broken Yolk Café El Centro or call 760-352-9655.
Your favorite NFL team plays on Imperial Valley's AM 1230, Kxo El Centro.
Well, the Central Spartans pretty much gifted the Brawley Wildcats, about 40 yards in penalties? High, deep kick. It'll bounce and go into the end zone for a touchback. But, 2 15-yarders, 2 5-yarders? About 40 yards in gift yardage, John.
And Brawley certainly didn't need it. That was a perfect pass, the 31-yard touchdown pass completed by Gutierrez to Washington. Brawley right back in the game when Charlie Sullivan broke the line of scrimmage and scored that last touchdown by outrunning the Wildcats. There's a little bit of a deflation on the Brawley side. They've come right back now, and they have all the momentum, so Central's going to have to do something here to get that momentum back.
Damian Rodriguez from the pistol puts Ayala in motion. He's got Charlie Sullivan right behind him. Dumps it off over the middle. It is caught. Staying on his feet is Artie Estrada. And Estrada made a catch in stride, shook off one tackler, and carries the ball down to the 36-yard line.
Third reception, 16 yards, another first down for the Spartans, and Estrada caught that in traffic. One like he was all by himself. There was players all around hitting him, grabbing at him, and he pulled the ball in. Young man's got extremely strong hands.
1st and 10. Back to pass, rolling to his right, looking downfield, fires deep downfield, and goes incomplete, and intended for Sergio Garcia, and he was leveled. Mekhi Washington flattened him.
That ball was thrown about 45 yards downfield. Excellent coverage. Garcia did not make any separation, but he did read the ball and was able to come back and actually get a couple hands on it, but then he was hit right as the ball got there. So that will bring up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 for the Spartans.
Ball on the 36. Rodriguez. No, it is a direct snap Wildcat. It is Sullivan across the 40 to the 45-yard line. He is bulldogged down by several Wildcats.
We got a penalty behind the play, so this one's going to come back as well.
Holding against the Spartans again. Spartan fans are not happy, but they're holding.
So this will bring up 2nd and about 20 as you had the incompleted pass on 1st down.
Let's mention the Spartan front 5. Israel Santiago, Eli Osuna, Brennan Havens, Nicholas Jimenez, and Anthony Ramirez. Great job of opening holes and protecting Rodriguez so far.
And so far, Central has been able to overcome offensively their mistakes. Defensively, they did help Brawley on that last drive that Brawley scored their first touchdown.
From the pistol, it is Rodriguez back to pass, looking downfield, shovels it to Charlie Sullivan. Sullivan.
That was a pass, Carroll.
Yes. And the tackle made there by the Wildcats, Frank Romero. And he grabbed an ankle and just held on.
Yeah, that was an excellent play by Romero, because if he does not make that stop, then Sullivan is going to pick up enough yards to be near, if not across the yard, to make for a 1st down. So crucial 3rd down and long here, about 3rd and 15.
3rd and 15, it's on the 31-yard line. And everybody moved except the center.
And this is going to go against Central.
Again?
As is what happened that time is Brawley acted like they were going to jump in, and they stopped. It looks like, yeah, for some reason the clock continues to move. So maybe we're having trouble with the scoreboard clock.
He stopped it. It's not working.
Yeah, it looks like we're not working. And that happens. But whatever, we're going to move back 5 more yards. So now it's going to be 3rd and 20 for Central from their own 26-yard line. Is what I wanted to say, Carroll, is on that offside. Brawley ran up to the line of scrimmage as if they're going to blitz, and then they stopped, they got in their stance, and then they backed off, and the Central lineman stood up, which obviously you can't do because the defensive player can go back, do whatever he wants, stand on his head. So excellent play by Brawley to draw Central into that infraction.
Okay, time will be kept on the field. As the scoreboard clock continues to run.
There is a handheld timer, and if that does not function properly, then there is no way to stop the clock other than to turn the machine off. So it looks like probably at halftime, Josh Weiss will go and see if he can get another handheld timer from inside the gym or somewhere and see if that can correct the problem.
The official time is on the field anyway.
And let's get back. It's 3rd and 20. Very difficult spot for Central here.
Big play for the Spartans. Snap back, looking downfield. Rodriguez will keep it and get sacked. Caught from behind and dropped. And that was Diaz, who's come up big several times tonight.
As now I believe we're going to get a timeout by Brawley. Yes, Brawley takes their first timeout.
And we'll take the timeout as well. We don't know how much time is left, but we're heading to the conclusion of the first half.
Kennedy's Taco Shop in the Ocotillo Plaza in El Centro, home of the 2 for $10 burritos and tortas, 99-cent fish tacos every day. You can enjoy with an ice-cold beer. And don't forget Kennedy's award-winning carne asada. They also have thrifty ice cream. Kennedy's Taco Shop is open Monday through Friday, 10:30 to 7, Saturdays 11 to 6. That's Kennedy's Taco Shop, 1560 Ocotillo Drive in the Paseo Plaza in El Centro.
IVC is celebrating 60 years of providing quality education to the Imperial Valley. It is now recognized as a top 10 community college in the nation. Through IVC's culture of care, strong K-12 partnership, transfer degree pathways, embedded tutoring program, flexible scheduling process, and many more services to support student success and completion, IVC is here to support you. IVC has what any student from any background needs to successfully complete their education at IVC and continue. Begin applying at imperial.edu/admissions.
High school football, we're live on AM 1230 KXO El Centro, California, and on the KXO YouTube channel. I'm Carroll. With me in the booth, John Driffill. The Spartans will punt.
Yeah, let's see if they come after this or try to set up a return with their deep man back on his own 40-yard line.
Daniel Camillo is back to receive a high, relatively short punt. Will take a Spartan bounce and roll down and be down at the 42-yard line. That's where Brawley will put the ball in play, 1st and 10. Brawley on their own 42-yard line.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been providing private security locally for more than 20 years and have owned Southwest Security for more than 6.5 years. I'm proud to announce that we have over 250 employees working here in Imperial and Coachella Valley. Last year, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. P.O. Box service to you. Also located at Southwest Security at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro. If you're in the need for security services, please call us at Southwest Security at 760-970-4500. That's 970-4500.
Matthew Gutierrez from the shotgun quarterback draw had some success the last time. Picks up 4 yards this time.
We do have the clock corrected, Carroll. It is functioning now as the clock is moving with 3:47 and counting.
Rodolfo Liziola on the tackle there.
That was only Brawley's 4th rush of the game, Carroll. That's when you think of Brawley football, that's kind of hard to imagine.
2nd and 6. Gutierrez drops back, throws into the flat, and it's in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Damian Arbarca.
He would not have been able to make much gain on that as he was catching the ball right near the line of scrimmage, and there was a Central Spartan right there. Artie Estrada was going to probably bring him down. So it brings up now 3rd down, does stop the clock. I know after that last drive, Central would love to get the ball back. Brawley at the same time would like to eat up the clock and score because Brawley will receive the second half kick. Triple wideouts to the right side again by Brawley.
3rd. And now the Spartans jump off sides again.
Made contact with the center, and there's no need to do that, but they did.
Well, even if you don't make contact, if you go into the neutral zone, that kills it.
So now you go from 3rd and 6 to 3rd and 1. That will, though, keep the clock in motion.
3:20 to play in the first half. It is Central 14, Brawley 7. Brawley is threatening. Coming up at the half, John, Dr. David Farkas, superintendent of the Central Union High School District, and Arnold Preciado of the district will be here.
Triple wideouts for Brawley on the right, 1 on the left.
3rd and 1. Rodriguez on the keeper, looks for some running room, turns it upfield, and goes all the way down, and there is another flag on the play.
This could be the first penalty against Brawley, and it is. Right at the line of scrimmage is what happened is Gutierrez was running between the tackle and the outside receiver, and the outside receiver just grabbed a hold because he was going to be brought down. So unfortunately for Brawley, now they're getting a little bit of a taste of what Central had. So this is going to repeat 3rd down, but it's going to put it back 10 yards, so it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Spotted on the 43-yard line. Matthew Gutierrez has Matthew Moreno right next to him in the backfield. Snap back, drops back, looking, has protection, turns it upfield, and then he is hit and spun down.
That was Martin.
Big play
First time we've called Jared Martin's name. A big loss, and now Central is going to exercise their first timeout with 2:28 to go.
And again, it is 14-7 Central lead.
Bo and his team of employees at Stan's Auto Body are constantly striving on giving you 100% satisfaction on getting your vehicle repaired and fixed right. Stan's Auto Body is grateful for the support they hear from the job they're doing and being highly rated with CarWise.com. Yes, accidents are disturbing, and Stan's Auto Body is here for you to ease the pain and fix your vehicle as fast as possible. Stop by at 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
You mentioned Jared Martin on the tackle. The Wildcats have neutralized two dominant defensive players from the bell game, Jared Martin for one, and Jacob De La Rosa for the other. And that's the first time we've called either one of those names tonight, John.
And that's because they're really missing Rascone. He was the third man in there, and he is really, his absence is being felt by these Spartans.
Snap back, kick is away. It'll bounce at about the 40, and Artie Estrada will let it roll all the way down to about the 27-yard line.
Julian Patonis did a great job of trying to pick up roughing the kicker down there as he fell down and rolled over about 6 times, but the officials not having any of it since he wasn't touched. Central does have 2 timeouts, Carroll. We know they have the offense that can score quickly.
Aren't the Academy Awards coming up soon?
I believe it's in March sometime.
Okay. Well, the acting on that one might put them in contention. 1st and 10, Central. They lead 14-7.
About 72 yards away from the goal line.
Everybody in tight. And the snap is fumbled and picked up immediately as...
Yeah, that was, Sullivan was in the Wildcat, and the ball just hit him, and like it was off a brick wall, just bounced straight forward, and instead of trying to pick it up, he very alertly just dove on it.
He was looking for the hole before he secured the football. He lost a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11. Snapped directly to Charlie Sullivan. Turns it outside and is spun down. Got grabbed by the shirt. And Joaquin De Loera spun him down. No gain.
That is a legal play, Carroll. He didn't grab him by the horse collar.
Back in the day, you could wear a tearaway shirt.
3rd and long for Central now, 3rd and 14.
Okay, they did spot the ball with a 3-yard loss. Damian Rodriguez is in at quarterback, calling out the plays. Back to the spread formation. Dumps it off. It is Charlie Sullivan over the middle. Charlie Sullivan looking for some room. Cuts it to the outside and is caught from behind.
But he did pick up a first down, Carroll.
First down.
As Central will take their 2nd timeout.
And we'll take the timeout. We've got 57 seconds to play. Central 14, Brawley 7.
McNeece Mart is your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get you through your day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party with their giant 52-inch pizza. Daily specials on selected foot-long subs. Yes, McNeece Mart is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
But again, that pass completion was that shovel pass. It is a pass, and it's a safe pass, and it resulted in a first down.
And this is the first time we've seen it this year, Carroll, so obviously Central has decided that they've spotted something, and you certainly, if you're on Central sidelines, you want to see Charlie Sullivan with the football out in the open field, and that time Brawley did a very good job of rallying to the ball. Although he did pick up 17 yards, it could have been a lot worse from the Brawley standpoint.
Coming up at half, we're going to visit with Dr. David Farkas and an old friend, Arnold Preciado. It was nice of them. They brought us chips and dip. 1st and 10, Spartans. Snap back, rolling to his left, looking downfield, firing deep, got the man open, and it is in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Garcia. Garcia had 2 steps on the coverage. First time tonight we've seen him actually in single coverage and get separation.
It would have been another highlight catch that we've seen the sophomore make many times last year and this year. Just an absolutely fantastic effort. And Carroll, we've seen since actually 2 weeks ago, Central does have more speed than these Wildcats. And that time Garcia was able to get behind the man. The ball just a hair overthrown. He still almost came down with it.
Marini goes in motion. Ramirez rolls to his left, looking downfield, dumps it off, and it is complete. And staying on his feet is Jaden Ayala, another super soft.
And Central now will take their third and final timeout as Ayala, instead of going out of bounds, decided to turn it back upfield and was brought down before the first down was gained. So
Didn't you hear me say he's a sophomore?
Yes.
He will learn that. With age comes wisdom. Some of us, of course, it took a whole lot longer for that to happen, but it'll be 3rd and 3. The ball spotted on the Spartan 49-yard line. They lead 14-7. It's high school football. We are live on KXO El Centro, California, and on the KXO YouTube channel.
Carroll, we mentioned that we would expect a big game out of Damian Rodriguez. 2 weeks ago, he had enough in him to go ahead and get a victory, but he did not have a great personal game. So far tonight, he's 9 for 12. So
his decisions have been better tonight than they were 2 weeks ago.
And with all that said, it's still a 7-point game.
Ayala goes in motion, flood the right side of the field. Rodriguez looking downfield, got Charlie Sullivan to protect him. He dumps it off, and it goes incomplete, intended for Marini. And that was more just getting rid of the ball.
Yeah, that would have been enough for a first down. Marini turned around, as we've mentioned so many times, without catching the ball, as it looks like Central's going to go ahead and punt this one away.
I think that's a wise decision. You have a 14-7 lead. You want to go into the locker room at half. 33 seconds to play in the half. Don't forget, tomorrow night we've got football.
We got Charlie Sullivan, the Wildcat. They're going for it.
They're going to go for it on 4th and 2. Sullivan right up the gut. Sullivan stays on his feet, gets the first down as he crosses into Brawley territory. Spot him on the 44-yard line. 1st and 10. Move the sticks. And in the hurry up right now.
Yeah, the clock is running.
And that should be offside.
Looks like we're not going to get it, as right at the snap, the Brawley player read the snap and came across as Central's trying to down the football. Looks like Sullivan got stung a little bit. The clock stops with 19 seconds. That is a pass attempt.
Well, the officials are talking about it.
Yeah, they're wondering on the Central side how that could not be an offside, since he don't have to make contact, which he certainly did, but certainly he was across the neutral zone. Now, was the ball snapped already? Perhaps he read it perfectly, and as soon as he saw the center lift up the football, that's when he came across, knowing that it was going to be a spike the ball situation.
So they're still going to discuss it. And now they're going to march 5 yards off. Yep. Okay.
So that is no pass attempt.
Offside. Encroachment, if you will. A bozo no-no. And that spots the ball on the 39-yard line.
They do not reset the clock as of yet, so it looks like they're going to keep it right at 19 seconds.
Okay, with all that, now you don't have to spike it. You can actually run a play. Ayala goes in motion. They flood the right side of the field, the wide side. That's the side that Rodriguez rolls to, dumps it off in the grass, but gets it away. Incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd and 5. We've got 13 seconds to play in the first half. Again, high school football tomorrow night. Mickey Dale, George Grahava on the We've been there, John. La Jolla High School, the Bishop's School, and the Imperial Tigers. Nikki and George on the air at 6:45 tomorrow night on AM 1230 and on the Kxo YouTube channel. And John, do you remember we did a game there, about 5 years ago or so, watching the sunset
Beautiful
over
stadium.
the Pacific from the press box of the high school stadium?
And we do have a correction, Carroll. It is second down. We had those infraction on first down, so they repeated that down. Now Central just had half their team take off.
And again, communication between the quarterback and the center is not real crisp tonight.
And we have 13 seconds showing on the clock. And now the clock's going to start, so they're going to have to hike the football if they want a chance to get more than one play off.
This should be the final play. And again, Central is jumping. And again, that is communication between the center and the quarterback. There is none. Everybody is moving.
And that's going to run out the clock unless Central snaps it right now. And they did not get the snap off in time, so that will take us to halftime.
They were moving again anyway, so even if they had gotten the snap off in time, it wouldn't have helped. We're at the half. It is Central 14, Brawley 7, and we've got halftime stats to come up, and we've got some special guests to talk to, and we'll be doing that at the half.
Craving Mexican food? La Fonda Bar Grill is everybody's favorite choice. The Camacho family has been doing it right for many, many years. You're never disappointed on the service you get, the smiling faces who serve you, and the food that's delivered to your table. They make you feel at home. One tradition they've always kept is serving you freshly made Mexican food daily. From chile rellenos to enchiladas, everything is handmade. La Fonda Bar Grill, 1950 South 4th Street, El Centro.
Kennedy's Karne at 1239 Adams Avenue in El Centro. Check out these specials. USDA Choice or Black Angus Karne asada flat meat, $1 off per pound. USDA Choice filet mignon, $9.99 a pound. Chicken wings, $1.99 a pound. Su Carne ribeye steak bone-in, $6.99 a pound. And Su Carne marinated flat meat, $5.99 a pound. And it's back. Only Monday through Wednesday. Traditional pollo asada, buy one, get 1 pound free. Kennedy's Karne is open Sunday through Wednesday, 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Thursday through Saturday, 8 to 8. That's Kennedy's Karne at 1239 Adams Avenue in El Centro. IVC is celebrating 60 years of providing quality education to the Imperial Valley. It is now recognized as a top 10 community college in the nation through IVC's culture of care, strong K-12 partnership, transfer degree pathways, embedded tutoring program, flexible scheduling process, and many more services to support student success and completion. IVC is here to support you. IVC has what any student from any background needs to successfully complete their education at IVC and continue. Begin applying at imperial.edu/admissions.
Wake up with Broken Yolk Café. Open daily at 7 a.m. Serving your favorite breakfast. From omelets, pancakes, eggs Benedict, waffles, and yes, Mexican breakfast too. Broken Yolk Café serves lunch till 2 p.m. From sandwiches, salads, and yes, of course, the all-American cheeseburger. Broken Yolk Café thanks you for voting us the best breakfast in town. Once again, you can order online at Broken Yolk Café El Centro or call 760-352-9655.
Your favorite NFL team plays on Imperial Valley's AM 1230, Kxo El Centro.
We are at the half. The Central Spartans lead the Brawley Wildcats right now, 14-7. And with us is Dr. David Farkas, the Central Union High School District Superintendent. First off, Dr. Farkas, welcome to KXO. Welcome to the Imperial Valley.
Thank you. Thank you for having me tonight. When I found out that I was going to have an opportunity to speak with you on the radio, it was a real exciting opportunity. So thank you for having me.
I will try not to disappoint you. And with you, Arnold Preciado as well. And we want to talk about the district, the Central Union High School District. Okay, what, 5 schools that, am I counting right? We've got five schools?
We have 5 schools, our 2 major comprehensive schools. Southwest has a powder puff game tonight, and then obviously our Spartans in this battle with the Wildcats. We also have a virtual learning academy called Mount Signal, and a a continuation opportunity for our students called Desert Oasis, and even for our students when we first identify them as in need of extra credits. We have Phoenix Rising that's part of our Desert Oasis facility.
Okay, and I do believe you also have some adult education programs that you're doing as well.
That's correct. We have adult education opportunities, including opportunities for students to be given the training to move on to the career fields. So.
Okay. Now, let's talk about some of the things that are going on, okay? Welcome to Central Brawley football. It's, the bell game, then the rematch tonight, and, it's obviously a tradition. I think they've been meeting for well over 100 years now, or 100 games, but you look at the crowds and the enthusiasm, the excitement. But there's more to what you guys are doing than what's on the field. You mentioned the Powder Puff football. I graduated from an all-boys high school, so, we didn't do that sort of thing. But I know we see here at Cal Jones Field, the STEM building that we've talked about, and I know that Craig Lyon filled us in on all of the neat things there. But you've got a lot of other things going on as well. I hear something about an aquatic center.
We and this is something that I've just acquired with this opportunity, and the district's been working hard for years now with our master facilities plan led by Arnold Preciado. So I got the opportunity to see the STEM building while it was open with actual students in it. And now our next step with many different facility upgrades is to get moving on our aquatic center for our Southwest campus. Very exciting, and that's in the works.
Okay, the Southwest campus, also home of the Jimmy Cannon Theater for Performing Arts, and something that they are known for and really specialize in.
I don't think there's been more than a day or two where that theater hasn't had some kind of activity in it. Incredible musical performances. We've had board meetings in it. Beauty and the Beast is coming up. So it is just a real gem to have for not only Southwest, but our entire district and our extended community. We even had a recently Imperial Valley San Diego State opportunity for them to explain everything good about our Imperial Valley San Diego State campus for our future college entry.
Well, and that's one of the things. I'm wearing my Aztec sweatshirt tonight, but the programs that you've developed with IVC and with San Diego State, incredible, that is giving kids great opportunities. And since Arnold tagged along tonight, we got a question for Arnold. Move a little bit. I know it's difficult, but okay, you're the guy that's got to figure out how to pay for all of this, right?
Well, yes, and unfortunately, I still have plenty of ink to write my checks with.
Okay. And anything that we missed, anything on down the road that we should be aware of?
Well, as Dr. Farkas has already mentioned, we are making large strides in improving our facilities. We are going to add additional shade areas for our lunch program at both campuses, Southwest and Centro, as well as Desert Oasis High School, and also doing a lot of facility repairs coming. And so we keep on moving forward with improving our facilities so that our educational program can be as best as it can be with our staff.
Okay, one of the things I know with the STEM building, you replaced a 100-year-old facility. And it's hard to believe because, well, Southwest is the new school, but you're looking at 25 years of wear and tear on that campus as well. So I know that's got to be a constant battle for you guys.
Oh, definitely. And we keep on moving forward with improving our facilities at Southwest High School as well. One of the things that we want to do is move very aggressively with replacing HVAC units on that campus because, as you just mentioned, Mr. Buckley, we have a lot of things that we need to do at Southwest High School, and that's a 25-year-old campus. So, yes, we have some HVAC units that we have to replace on an ongoing basis.
Well, the good thing about that is when you replace them, you will find they're about twice as efficient as what's already there. I learned that the hard way at the house. But anyway, we appreciate the visit and keeping us up to date what's going on around the 5 different schools that comprise the Central Union High School District. And Dr. Farkas, did I miss anything?
Well, I just want to say, as I learned about the community and had the opportunity to be selected for the superintendent position, I was really taken aback and impressed by how strong our programs are for our students. So one of our district goals is actually just to enhance them more, build more bridges to our feeder districts and to our Imperial Valley colleges, and just make sure that we have our programs for career pathways up to the very highest standard and led by many of our academies and programs, including our new law academy and the incredible work over at the Southwest with all of the CTEs, including our agriculture program. So it's a real blessing to be here. I just can't be happier.
Okay, and I appreciate the fact that you're talking about career programs because not everybody goes to college. Not everybody should go to college, and you are offering them pathways to be very productive. Arnold, Dr. Farkas, we appreciate the visit, and buckle up. It's going to be a wild second half.
I might stay in here and listen to you guys. This is fantastic commentating. I might stay right here.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. We'll have some halftime stats coming up on AM 1230 KXO.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and play the lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
IVC is celebrating 60 years of providing quality education to the Imperial Valley. It is now recognized as a top 10 community college in the nation through IVC's culture of care, strong K-12 partnership, transfer degree pathways, embedded tutoring program, flexible scheduling process, and many more services to support student success and completion. IVC is here to support you. IVC has what any student from any background needs to successfully complete their education at IVC and continue. Begin applying at imperial.edu/admissions.
Okay, John Driffill, you've had a chance to go through the numbers. What do they show?
Yeah, it's just amazing numbers from Brawley's side that we've never seen before. Also, the game very heavily balanced on Central side, but the scoreboard's 14-7. Very reminiscent of Brawley 2 weeks ago, Carroll, where Brawley pretty much dominated the game, and yet Central came away with the win. Brawley's right in there. They're right in the middle of the game right now. They will receive the second half kick. And I would not put it past Brawley, the different adjustments that Coach Self will make, that they're going to come out and show Central some different looks here to start the second half and see if they can't put another score up on the board. Brawley only ran the ball 5 times from scrimmage. Carroll, I can remember not even in series would Brawley run less than 5 times, but only 5 times in the first half for 20 yards. They did have 1 sack right near the end of the first half that brought that down. 3 for 6 was Matthew Gutierrez for 50 yards. Of course, the big one was that 31-yard touchdown, giving Brawley 70 total yards, 5 first downs. Just as important as all that, no turnovers, no fumbles, no interceptions. Central, on the other side of the football, ran the ball 17 times from scrimmage for 74 yards. Damian Rodriguez, excellent first half, 9 for 14 for 101 yards, giving Central a very respectable 175 total yards, 10 first downs. But again, Carroll, the payoff isn't with the numbers, it's with the scoreboard. And right now, Brawley very much in the game, trailing 14-7. And they will receive the second half kick. We'll be back with the individual halftime stats for Central after this.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been providing private security locally for more than 20 years and have owned Southwest Security for more than 6.5 years. I'm proud to announce that we have over 250 employees working here in Imperial and Coachella Valley. Last year, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. P.O. Box service to you. Also located at Southwest Security at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro. If you're in the need for security services, please call us at Southwest Security at 760-970-4500. That's 970-4500.
Kennedy's Karne at 1239 Adams Avenue in El Centro. Check out these specials. USDA Choice or Black Angus Carne Asada Flat Meat, $1 off per pound. USDA Choice Filet Mignon, $9.99 a pound. Chicken wings, $1.99 a pound. Sioux Carne Ribeye Steak Bone-In, $6.99 a pound. And Sioux Carne Marinated Flat Meat, $5.99 a pound. And it's back, only Monday through Wednesday. Traditional Pollo Asada, buy one, get 1 pound free. Kennedy's Karne is open Sunday through Wednesday, 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Thursday through Saturday, 8 to 8. That's Kennedy's Karne at 1239 Adams Avenue in El Centro.
Welcome back to Cal Jones Field at Central High School in El Centro, California. We're at the half in the quarterfinals of Division II San Diego section playoff. Central leads the Wildcats 14-7. We mentioned that Central ran the ball 17 times from scrimmage. One of those carries was when the quarterback, Damon Rodriguez, was tackled after a 1-yard pickup. The second carry was by Zarian Robinson for a yard. 15 of the 17 carries went to Charlie Sullivan for 73 yards and 2 touchdowns. The 9 pass completions were spread out among 4 different players. That same Charlie Sullivan had 2 of them for 22 yards. Also, Sergio Garcia had 2 catches for 28 yards. Jaden Ayala had 2 catches for 14 yards. And Artie Estrada making his presence known, 3 catches for 37 yards. So we would expect more of the same in the second half. There's a feeling, Carroll, that obviously this game is still pretty much left in the balance. Either team can win. It appears that the team that turns it over may be in danger of losing. If either team can stop the mistakes, especially Central, then that would give them a leg up, it would appear, to take momentum back. But right now, both teams are back out on the field. Everyone's warming up. It's a perfect night for football. No wind. It's certainly not too hot nor too cold. And we expect a very good second half here. And we'll get to that after this.
Well, John, before we do that, you pointed out something, mistakes, and Central made a bunch of mistakes. And that's got to stop. That made the Bell game, took it down to the last minutes because of Central's mistakes. This time of the season, you should not be making those mistakes. The jumping offside, the holding. You know, Central ended up with an offensive pass interference, at least 3 holding penalties and about 5 offside or procedure penalties as well. And you cannot do that and win a football game. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, let's just go back 2 weeks, Carroll, where the quarterback for the Wildcats had at least 5 different center exchange fumbles, which can just kill a drive. And that favored a big point in Brawley not being able to put Central away and ended up actually losing by 4 points. Central with the 5 motion penalties where they stand up, take off the ball, everybody's moving, but the ball's not snapped. That needs to get worked out, and I'm sure that was talked about in the Central locker room. On the other side of the field, John Self, he's talking to his kids, telling them, all you got to do is believe. He's been telling them all week that they can win this game, and right now I think that he has them believing that they can win this game. Beautiful touchdown pass from the sophomore Matthew Gutierrez, and so that's just got to give Brawley more and more confidence. And I'm going to go back to what I mentioned right before kickoff, Carroll. The last 3 games between Central and Brawley, the visiting team has won all 3 times. So does Brawley want to make it 4 in a row? Certainly. Will Central like to break that? They'd like to. We'll see what happens here as we're getting ready for the second half.
And we will have a second half kickoff coming up on AM 1230 KXO, El Centro, California. And on the KXO YouTube channel that we mentioned, there is a live chat feature on YouTube, so you can comment, offer your suggestions, maybe even diagram a play and send it in, and we'll discuss that.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and play the lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Craving Mexican food? La Fonda Bar Grill is everybody's favorite choice. The Camacho family has been doing it right for many, many years. You're never disappointed on the service you get, the smiling faces who serve you, and the food that's delivered to your table. They make you feel at home. One tradition they've always kept is serving you freshly made Mexican food daily, from chile rellenos to enchiladas. Everything is handmade. La Fonda Bar Grill, 1950 South 4th Street, El Centro.
We're getting ready for the second half kickoff. The Central Spartans with a 14-7 lead. The Brawley Wildcats will receive the kickoff.
Central has been a little lax on some of their kickoffs this year in the games we've done. Brawley has excellent special teams, and they have been getting good field position on their returns.
Brandon Porras and Damian Arbaca are deep, and it is a bouncing kick that'll be fielded up by Porras at about the 25-yard line, and he is dropped at the 30 by about 5 blue-shirted Spartans. And let's give credit to Ivan Flores, the senior, leading the charge.
And, Carroll, I guess that's one way to blunt the offensive return is you just bounce the ball down there where it takes a crazy hop about 10, 15 feet in the air. By the time the Wildcats corralled it, Centro was down there and held them to only about a 5-yard pickup.
Matthew Gutierrez brings them out from the shotgun. Spread formation. Moreno next to Gutierrez. Dumps it off over the middle. It is complete to Porras. And Porras will pick up 9, just shy of the first down.
So that's going to be very, very close, as they did give him the spot all the way to the 40, so that will be a first down. One play, one first down.
And Matthew Gutierrez sticking basically with the drop back, getting away quick, relatively short passes, and completing them.
And looking for Porras, the super sophomore on Brawley side of the field.
Camille wide on the right side. Again, Gutierrez from the shotgun. Back to pass on the quarterback draw. He gets a good block in the middle, breaks a couple of tackles, and brings it all the way out to the 49-yard line. Spotted on the 48. And
so Brawley already showing some offensive powers. We mentioned they only ran the ball for 20 yards in the first half, picked up 8 right there on that first carry. Gutierrez did a good job of following his blockers. That was just a straight, almost like a wildcat. He took the snap and just headed straight up the field.
2nd and 2. Dropping back again. Dumping it off, goes incomplete, threw it at the feet of Brandon Porras that time. Some pressure from both Jared Martin and, on the other end, Jacob De La Rosa.
Jared Martin, Carroll, had dropped back into pass coverage. Porras is their best receiver, and he stands up as a stand-up defensive end, but he released and covered Porras, and Gutierrez just threw the ball on the ground because there's nowhere to go with it. That was intended to be a Porras pass all the way, and as soon as he saw that Martin was there, he just threw the ball straight in the ground. We'd expect to run here, although Brawley does have triple wideouts to the left and one to the right.
Dropping back, looking, firing, and overthrows Daniel Camille.
This is going to be an interesting call here, Carroll, because it's 4th and 2. Looks like they're sending the punt team out, but as you mentioned, Matthew Moreno is the up man. And we're 2 yards off of midfield, but it looks like Brawley, as they did in the first half, if they do carry out the punt, they want to punt Central deep, try to hold them down there, and then on field position exchange, get a better chance to bring up that tying touchdown.
Artie Estrada is deep to receive the expected kick. Snap is back. Kick is away. Spinning kick. It'll bounce at the 20. Roll down inside the 10. Estrada picks it up there. Looking for some room, and there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. He'll spot it on the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Central on their own 10-yard line.
Wake up with Broken Yolk Café. Open daily at 7 a.m. Serving your favorite breakfast. From omelet, pancakes, eggs Benedict, waffles, and yes, Mexican breakfast too. Broken Yolk Café serves lunch till 2 p.m. From sandwiches, salads, and yes, of course, the all-American cheeseburger. Broken Yolk Café thanks you for voting us the best breakfast in town. Once again, you can order online at Broken Yolk Café El Centro or call 760-352-9655.
1st and 10, Spartans on their own 10-yard line. Marini goes in motion. The handoff, it is Charlie Sullivan, goes off right tackle and will pick up about 5, maybe 6 yards there. Gavin Marini from an H-back position. Lead blocking.
Certainly tonight, Brawley is winning the field position. This is the third drive that Central is starting from the 20, and 2 of them have been inside the 10.
Trotting in from the sideline is Rodolfo Lizola.
Yeah, this looks like the jumbo package. We have Martin out there as well.
And from the Wildcat, Charlie Sullivan on a 2nd and 5. Low snap, Sullivan picks it up and brings it out to the 15. So it got maybe a yard.
Yeah, it looked like the snap kind of messed up that, as now we're going to get Rodriguez back out. An extremely important 3rd down here. Central very successful with 10 first downs in the first half. Right now, Coach Pena is giving instructions to his quarterback and receivers. Jared Martin and the other jumbo package players come off.
Estrada wide on the left side. Ayala wide on the left side. From the pistol, Marini goes in motion. Fires, it is complete. Estrada is hit at the 15, stays on his feet, gets out to about the 18, and that will be 2 yards short, bring up 4th and 2.
Excellent play by the Wildcats, as it looked like Estrada was going to be able to pick up the first down. As got the clock going. Central will punt deep in their own territory here, 4th and 3.
Miles Rodriguez stands back at about his 5-yard line. Snap back, no rush, gets away a high, short kick. It spins and will take a Brawley bounce. It'll be 1st and 10 Wildcats on the Spartan 32-yard line.
Carroll, did that remind you of Brawley's last punt after Central had scored to knock it within a 1-score game, and the Brawley punter just popped the ball straight up in the air? That time it went dead about the 35-yard line. This one on the 31-yard line.
So 1st and 10, Wildcats, they trail 14-7.
Very good play to punt on that last 4th down, because Brawley gained 20 yards in that exchange.
Gutierrez on the quarterback draw, gets hit in the backfield and is dropped. No gain.
Finally getting some penetration was Malachi Okan. And Gutierrez did an excellent job of getting that ball back to the original line of scrimmage. Yes, he was actually they gave him a loss, Carroll, because he was hit well behind the line of scrimmage, and he's a strong young man. He pushed forward.
2nd and 11. And again, 2 big factors in the Bell game have not been much of a factor so far in this game. Jared Martin and Jacob De La Rosa. Back to pass, looking, chased out of the pocket, gets away, being chased, throws it downfield, it is caught. Brandon Porras with a great catch. Matthew Gutierrez with a great throw in the grasp.
And they're going to put the ball down inside the 10, Carroll, on the 8, 1st and goal after that 24-yard reception.
Brandon Porras made a great catch. Matthew Gutierrez made a great throw. And the Wildcats are threatening.
Gutierrez was under heavy pressure. He was able to first, he broke initial contact, and then right at the line of scrimmage, let the ball go.
Gutierrez has Moreno right next to him in the backfield from the shotgun. Snap, and it is a handoff to Moreno, and he slips into the end zone untouched. Matthew Moreno from 8 yards out makes it 14-13. We'll have a point after attempt. Okay, we mentioned at the beginning of the game, Brawley down a number of starters and key players, and they just are set to tie this game.
And, well, John Self has an excellent game plan. Everything he's called has worked.
The point after attempt, the kick is up, the kick is good. 6:20 to play in the third quarter. We're tied 14 each.
Bo and his team of employees at Stan's Auto Body are constantly striving on giving you 100% satisfaction on getting your vehicle repaired and fixed right. Stan's Auto Body is grateful for the support they hear from the job they're doing and being highly rated with CarWise.com. Yes, accidents are disturbing, and Stan's Auto Body is here for you to ease the pain and fix your vehicle as fast as possible. Stop by at 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Kennedy's Taco Shop in the Ocotillo Plaza in El Centro, home of the 2 for $10 burritos and tortas, 99-cent fish tacos every day you can enjoy with an ice-cold beer. And don't forget Kennedy's award-winning carne asada. They also have thrifty ice cream. Kennedy's Taco Shop is open Monday through Friday, 10:30 to 7, Saturdays 11 to 6. That's Kennedy's Taco Shop, 1560 Ocotillo Drive in the Ocotillo Plaza in El Centro.
You're listening to High School Football on AM 1230 KXOL Centro and on the World Wide Web at kxoradio.com.
The Wildcats have just evened the score at 14 each, and now we'll kick off a relatively short kick, fielded at the 10, out to the 15, the 20, looking for some running room. Sergio Garcia cuts upside, breaks one tackle, stays on his feet, cuts it across the 30, out to the 35-yard line.
Carol, did you see Matthew Gutierrez, their quarterback, is down on the kick coverage team?
Yes. And
so Sergio Garcia trying to ignite this Spartan side. Nice 25-yard return. So Central with good field position all the way out to the 35. Central needs to respond, as obviously Central's the team, Carroll, that is feeling the pressure. They were supposed to walk out here and just dominate this game. They were dominating the game, but certainly now being tied. So we'll see if they can respond. Brawley playing fired up football.
Damian Rodriguez from the shotgun. Hands off. It is Charlie Sullivan right up the middle. Sullivan stutter steps across the 50 to the 45. In Wildcat territory.
Nice 21-yard pickup from Sullivan, all the way down to the 44-yard line.
When in doubt, go to Sullivan.
His third carry, first two only netted 5 yards. So obviously found a big hole and exploited his speed. Central a triple wideouts to the right. Artie Estradas lone to the left.
Ayala in motion. Handoff it is. Sullivan up the middle, cuts it to the right, looks for a block, gets it across the 35, the 30, the 20, the 10, stays on his feet, and gets into the end zone. Oh, my.
Well, that's what Central needed. Give the ball to Charlie Sullivan. No flags, which we always have to look for after every play. And that certainly will silence the Brawley side as Central, a two-play drive, all Charlie Sullivan, 65 yards, Carroll, in 2 plays. That one.
There were 2 cutbacks, and he went into the end zone dragging a would-be tackler. There is a Spartan down on the field. We will take this time out. The Central Spartans with a 20-14 lead will have a point after attempt after they tend to the injured player.
IVC is celebrating 60 years of providing quality education to the Imperial Valley. It is now recognized as a top 10 community college in the nation through IVC's culture of care, strong K-12 partnership, transfer degree pathways, embedded tutoring program, flexible scheduling process, and many more services to support student success and completion. IVC is here to support you. IVC has what any student from any background needs to successfully complete their education at IVC and continue. Begin applying at imperial.edu/admissions.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been providing private security locally for more than 20 years and have owned Southwest Security for more than 6.5 years. I'm proud to announce that we have over 250 employees working here in Imperial and Coachella Valley. Last year, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. P.O. Box service to you. Also located at Southwest Security at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro. If you're in the need for security services, please call us at Southwest Security at 760-970-4500. That's 970-4500.
Kennedy's Karne at 1239 Adams Avenue in El Centro. Check out these specials. USDA Choice or Black Angus Karne asada flat meat, $1 off per pound. USDA Choice filet mignon, $9.99 a pound. Chicken wings, $1.99 a pound. Su Carne ribeye steak bone-in, $6.99 a pound. And Su Carne marinated flat meat, $5.99 a pound. And it's back. Only Monday through Wednesday. Traditional pollo asada. Buy one, get 1 pound free. Kennedy's Karne is open Sunday through Wednesday, 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Thursday through Saturday, 8 to 8. That's Kennedy's Karne at 1239 Adams Avenue in El Centro.
And the Spartan player is up and being helped. That's Charlie Sullivan, John.
Now he carried 3 players into the end zone, and they were on his back, so they landed on top of him. Let's just hope that he had the wind knocked out of him, as he did plunge across the goal line. But they will certainly need him for the remainder of this game.
So Sullivan is walking off, a little bit gimpy. See, the new fire chief in El Centro, who also happens to be a paramedic, was one of the first out there.
And Carroll, not only do they need Sullivan offensively, obviously they need him defensively.
Snap back, not a good snap, but it is picked up by Marini, and it is kicked through by Rodriguez. 5:20 to play in the third quarter. It is Central 21, Brawley 14.
McNeece Mart is your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get you through your day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party with their giant 52-inch pizza. Daily specials on selected foot-long subs. Yes, McNeece Mart is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
Craving Mexican food? Fonda Bar Grill is everybody's favorite choice. The Camacho family has been doing it right for many, many years. You're never disappointed on the service you get, the smiling faces who serve you, and the food that's delivered to your table. They make you feel at home. One tradition they've always kept is serving you freshly made Mexican food daily, from chile rellenos to enchiladas. Everything is handmade. La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street, El Centro.
Charlie Sullivan is being tended to on the sidelines. And
in no way we're going to speculate on what it could possibly be. Central now getting ready to kick off.
And we are set. Miles Rodriguez kind of scoots it down the middle. It's picked up at the 32-yard line and returning it out to about the 43-yard line on that return.
Excellent field position.
Nikai Washington, he knows what to do with the football.
Brawley starting on their own 43. Central, they're very leery. They have had trouble this year covering kicks, so they are kicking the ball short. But Brawley took a thank you note and put the ball with Washington, bring it out to the 43.
Nicholas Biesca is in the middle,
replacing Sullivan's spot.
1st and 10, Wildcats on their own 43-yard line. And a handoff goes nowhere. That time they were waiting for Matthew Moreno, and he is dropped. And on that tackle, Jacob De La Rosa.
Yeah, Moreno's previous carry, Carroll, was for an 8-yard touchdown. Is what happened on the previous carry is they faked the handoff almost on every play, and Central totally disdained it. And that time when they gave it to Moreno, he just walked into the end zone.
2nd and 10. Moreno next to Gutierrez. Snap back. Gutierrez looking downfield. Chased out of the pocket. Chased all the way over and hit from behind and dropped. And credit where credit is due. That sack goes to Skylar Cook.
Skylar was able to run him down. Gutierrez has good speed. The ball's all the way back on the 37, so that's a 6-yard loss. But Carroll, among all that, Porras, the best receiver that Brawley has, was all by himself in the 50-yard line. There was nobody near him, either for Central or Brawley. Let's see if they come back and look at that again, as this time Josiel Rodriguez has come out. Well, yeah, he's covering Porras now.
3rd and about 17. Matthew Gutierrez takes the snap, drops back, looking, chased out of the pocket again, turns it upfield, dumps it off. It is complete as Gutierrez completed it to Damian Arbaca.
Sidearm pass, Carroll. That was a beautiful pass. And again, very close to going over the line of scrimmage. Needed 17, got about 27.
He's a sophomore, right?
Yes, he is.
Oh, my. Spotted on the 40. It is 1st and 10. Brawley on the Central 40-yard line.
And the Central sideline goes quiet after that big play.
It is 1st and 10. Central leads 21-14. Brawley is moving the football. Looking to pass. Gutierrez has time. Now he's chased out of the pocket. Dumps it off. It's intercepted.
Arturo Estrada.
Artie Estrada stepped in front. And Gutierrez was under intense pressure. And Damian Rodriguez was providing that pressure.
And not only did Estrada make a huge play, first turnover of the game, but it was able to bring it all the way out to the 34-yard line, Carroll, as the pass was underthrown. And just as important as all that, number 2, Sullivan is back out in the huddle with the Spartans.
As you said, John, I think basically he had the wind knocked out of him.
He had 3 players bounce on top of him as he fell into the end zone.
He had several paramedics and trainers working on him, and they cleared him. Snap back, handoff, it is Sullivan. Sullivan breaks a tackle, turns it upfield across the 40 to the 47-yard line. The tackle by Mario Cazares.
13-yard pickup. Sullivan well over 100 yards now as Central is just gashing Brawley. Obviously, during halftime, Coach Pena and his other offensive coaches saw something that Brawley was doing defensively that they hadn't done before. Sullivan does come out now.
Zarian Robinson, Gerald's little boy, in the backfield. He's had 1 carry tonight. Snap back, rolling to his right, looking downfield, firing deep downfield, and in and out of the hands of Artie Estrada. I'm almost surprised there was not a flag on a late hit, because there were about 5 steps after it went off his fingertips, and then he was hit by the defender.
One thing we are seeing tonight, Carroll, which we have not seen all year, is there's been probably 3, maybe 4 passes that have been in the hands of these Spartan receivers, and they usually, if they can get their hands on them, they bring them in.
2nd and 10. Damian Rodriguez not afraid to go deep. And it is a Wildcat snap back to Charlie Sullivan. Charlie Sullivan will get it out to the 50. It's a pickup of about 3 and bring up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, Centro heavy on that Wildcat tonight. We've seen it a lot. Zarian Robinson back out on the field as the heavy package comes off, led by Jared Martin.
And Charlie Sullivan is limping a bit, John. So I think we will see him out there, but somewhat limited.
Central needs to get going. The clock is moving. They'll have to get this play off or it will be delay of game. I believe ref's got his hand up. They have 5 seconds, so we're probably going to get a delay of game here. And here it comes. Central's going to take a timeout to save the 5 yards.
We'll take the timeout. It's a 3rd and 7 for the Spartans. The ball straddles the 50-yard line. 1:03 to play in the 3rd quarter. Central leads 21-14.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and play the lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in California, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Rodriguez from the shotgun has Zarian Robinson right behind him. Ayala goes in motion. Snap back, and again, everybody's moving, and the ball hasn't been snapped yet. Communication. So instead of 3rd and 7, we're going to have a 3rd and 12. And straight issues with communication between the center and the quarterback.
Yeah, those are 5 big yards as Central, with the 2 carries of Sullivan retaking the lead here, getting the ball back on the interception. Now the stall is drive. They want to continue the momentum here and pick up a big first down.
3rd and 12. Rodriguez rolls to his right, looking downfield, fires underneath, and it is caught.
Very near.
And it is a first down. Gavin Marini with the catch.
First time we've called his name tonight, Gavin's first catch, and it's a huge one.
Well, we've called his name because he's doing a lot of the blocking for Charlie Sullivan.
That was a 12-yard pickup. Needed 12 yards, got 12 yards.
Heads-up play by Marini. 1st and 10.
That obviously keeps the drive alive. Sullivan is back out on the field.
Clock is running. 30 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter.
Central will get this play off.
Marini goes in motion. Sullivan in the backfield. Sullivan with the football. Sullivan darts inside, turns it outside, cuts it across field, stays on his feet, and down to the 19-yard line. Charlie Sullivan, gimpy, banged up, and just rips off, 30 yards?
The play started at 43, so that's going to be a 23-yard gain all the way down to the 20.
And
they marked it on the 19 as we get to the 4th quarter.
At the end of 3 quarters of play, our score, Central 21, Brawley 14.
Kennedy's Taco Shop in the Ocotillo Plaza in El Centro, home of the 2 for $10 burritos and tortas, 99-cent fish tacos every day. You can enjoy with an ice-cold beer. And don't forget Kennedy's award-winning carne asada. They also have thrifty ice cream. Kennedy's Taco Shop is open Monday through Friday, 10:30 to 7, Saturdays 11 to 6. That's Kennedy's Taco Shop, 1560 Ocotillo Drive in the Ocotillo Plaza in El Centro.
Wake up with road Broken Yolk Café, open daily at 7 a.m., serving your favorite breakfast from omelets, pancakes, eggs Benedict, waffles, and yes, Mexican breakfast too. Broken Yolk Café serves lunch till 2 p.m. from sandwiches, salads, and yes, of course, the all-American cheeseburger. Broken Yolk Café thanks you for voting us the best breakfast in town. Once again, you can order online at Broken Yolk Café El Centro or call 760-352-9655.
You're listening to High School Football on AM 1230 KXOL Centro and on the World Wide Web at kxoradio.com.
Okay, John, the Spartans with another good drive. Relatively mistake-free, but not totally.
Yeah, Carroll, 3 seniors, Eli Osuna, Skylar Martin, and Charlie Sullivan just got together here in the sidelines. They're ready to play this fourth quarter.
Wildcat snap. Charlie Sullivan is sandwiched. And one of them doing the sandwiching is the Wildcat quarterback, Matthew Gutierrez, and he's hurt.
Yeah, Gutierrez, hopefully he's up now, but he is a little gimpy. He'll have to come off the field as they did stop the clock. And,
I think it may be either a cramp or a Charlie horse. He could well have gotten kicked in the calf because that's what he grabbed.
Yeah, they certainly need him, obviously. Now, he has been a cornerback all year, but having an excellent game at quarterback tonight as well. 3 for 5 here in this second half passing.
2nd and 9.
Skylar Cook is in there with the jumbo package on the Wildcat.
Snap back, Charlie Sullivan. Again, nothing to the outside, cuts it back to the inside. The ball is free, but the whistle had already blown. And getting a little bit chippy in the middle, Sullivan trying to get up, and somebody decided they were going to keep him down for a little bit.
It looks like they're going to mark the ball down
at the 17-yard line.
We'll call that no gain. Carroll, we haven't seen it since the first half, but they run that jumbo package with everybody stacked up to the right side. We saw one time where Sullivan jab stepped to the right and then took off to the left and was able to beat the pursuit into the end zone. That might have been a good time to try it right there, as Brawley had 9 of their players on the right side of the football.
From the shotguns, Arian Robinson right next to Damian Rodriguez. Snap back, Rodriguez rolling to his left, looking downfield. Eludes one rusher and steps out of bounds. Very close to the first down marker, John.
Yeah, we have not seen Rodriguez run like that all year. Usually he's much slower. I believe they're going to mark it just shy of the first down. So it's going to be 4th down. Central's going to bring in the jumbo package as they're going to mark it. They need to get to the 9, and they put it on the 10. So we'll give 7-yard pickup for Rodriguez, and that's his best carry that I've seen this year.
And I do not see Charlie Sullivan out there, John.
I'm looking on the sidelines. Vieska's back there. Looks like Vieska's going to be in the Wildcat. Tough spot to put the sophomore 4th down.
Snap back, Vieska, and somebody moved.
That's fortunate for Centro because Vieska was not going to get the first down. Gilbert Corrales was right there in the backfield. So now Sullivan will come back out on the field. Central might want to think about a field goal here. Now where the ball is right now, they're going to put it probably on the 15-yard line. So you're looking at a 32-yard field goal. That would be just about the limit of their kicker. But it is 4th and about 6. The ball's on the 15. Once again, Central with a very inopportune penalty, but it does keep these Wildcats in the game.
And Charlie Sullivan is back in.
So is Damian Rodriguez, the quarterback.
So Sullivan lines up right next to Rodriguez.
Let's see if they try to get the ball to Sullivan here on a little swing pass, Carroll, out of the backfield.
4th and 6. Looking, and incomplete, intended for Marini.
See, what happened, Carroll, is Central jumped again, and everybody expected there to be a flag, and there wasn't. So Central carried the play out, and did not work, so that will turn the ball over on downs.
So the Wildcats hold with a little help, not from the officials. The officials are calling it right. Central in the bell game, and Central tonight, just way too many mistakes.
Now, Brawley is at their very worst field position, starting on their own 15, Carroll. They just did have one turnover. Gutierrez, all kinds of confidence, and then that pick, let's see if that affects him.
Spread formation from the Wildcats. And it is Moreno, and Moreno is, no, it's on the option.
Yes.
And there'll be a face mask on top of a short gain by Mackay Washington.
Yeah, that was that read pass option where they gave the ball to Moreno and then pulled it out as he took a big hit, and then the ball was pitched out wide right. It was a pass, so we're going to get a first down for the Wildcats, and that's going to take them out of and it will be a spot foul, so that's going to bring the ball all the way out to the 35-yard line.
And it was obvious to everyone. And again, Central is making way too many mistakes. You cannot. They made a whole bunch of mistakes in the bell game and won. I'm not going to say they're not going to win tonight, but
they're making it difficult on themselves. Plenty of time, 10 minutes to go. The ball now all the way out to the 35-yard line.
Moreno, the single setback from the shotgun. Gutierrez drops back to pass, is hit, gets away, but then is dropped. And on the sack, Josiel Rodriguez.
And Carroll, obviously, we saw Gutierrez go off the field on the defensive side, so whatever his problem was, he has recovered. 7-yard sack.
Nope, that's a 9-yard sack, John. 2nd and 19.
So big play by the Spartans.
They need a couple more big plays.
Brawley with triple wideouts to the left once again.
And on the quarterback draw, it is Gutierrez, and Gutierrez caught from behind and dropped. And Viesca on the tackle.
We have a Spartan down, and Gutierrez also is going off to the sidelines, but he's going to get the play called in as
limping off just
Elijah Acevedo. He is going to be replaced by Malachi Okan, who's previous starter. Brawley now facing 3rd and about 13. The ball is sitting on the 32-yard line.
Back to pass. Gutierrez fires over the middle. It is complete. No, it isn't. He dropped it. Charlie Sullivan stripped it out of the arms of Brandon Porras. Porras had it, and Sullivan stripped it. That'll bring up a 4th and 13.
And Carroll, for the first time tonight, we've seen Brawley's reliable receiver not hang on to it, but let's give Sullivan credit as he stripped the ball. So Brawley now 4th and 13. They are in pump formation. Another reminder, Matthew Moreno is the up man.
Yeah, but on a 4th and 13 in this field position, I don't see. That ball goes through the legs of the punter, and then he is dropped.
Inside the 10, Carroll.
They will mark it on the 13-yard line.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they're going to mark it out there, as the player was actually running back to cover the football. But they're going to give him momentum all the way out to the 13. Still, obviously, a short field for the Spartans.
Big play for the Spartans. Now they have to capitalize.
That's a 19-yard loss that unfortunately is going to reflect on Brawley's rushing stats here. And Julian Patonis, the stand-in kicker, is the one that's going to get credit with that 19-yard loss. Could have been worse.
It'll be 1st and 10. Spot the ball on the 13. Sullivan lined up right behind Damian Rodriguez. It is Sullivan. Sullivan cuts it to the outside, then cuts back across the middle. Touchdown. There is a flag on the play. It's going to come back.
Yeah, that one's going to come back. It's right there at the line of scrimmage. So Centro's going to have to do it again, which that's fine, Carroll. We still have 7:55 to go.
And another obvious hold.
So that will now bring up first, and from where they spot it from probably 20, they can get a first down. The yard to gain or make is the 3-yard line, and they're putting it all the way out to the 23. So it'll be first and 20 from the 23, which means they can get a first down.
But again, another big mistake by the Spartans, and it was a very obvious hold out in the middle, right in front of everybody.
Okay, Centro lines up once again, triple wide outs.
Ayala in motion. Sullivan fakes, and a pitch to Garcia. Garcia will take it down and score.
There are no flags on the field. That's the play that all night long Central and Brawley's been worried about. You get the ball out to those receivers that have speed, and Garcia made one man miss, and it was a foot race in the end zone, and Garcia's not going to lose that.
So Garcia goes in for the score. We'll have a point after attempt. Spartans needed that. They needed that defensive hold and the bad snap. Kick is up, and the kick is good. There is a flag coming in behind.
So let's see if this is going to have to be a redo or if Centro's going to be kicking the ball off further up from the 40-yard line.
We'll have
Brawley's going off the field, so Central. So it looks like this is going to be put on the kickoff attempt. Although, Carroll, if Central wanted, if it's a penalty against Brawley, they can go ahead and move it 1 yard from the goal line and try to pick up 2 here.
The officials again are conferring.
Coach Pena's calling his players over.
And they wave the flag off. The point after attempt is good. The flag is waved off. 7:48 to play in this football game. It is Central 28 and Brawley 14.
Bo and his team of employees at Stan's Auto Body are constantly striving on giving you 100% satisfaction on getting your vehicle repaired and fixed right. Stan's Auto Body is grateful for the support they hear from the job they're doing and being highly rated with CarWise.com. Yes, accidents are disturbing, and Stan's Auto Body is here for you to ease the pain and fix your vehicle as fast as possible. Stop by at 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Well, the Spartans got what they needed, a short drive after a good defensive hold, helped by a bad snap. Punting game pretty much cost the Wildcats the bell game and could end up causing them this game, or at least being a big part of it. 23 yards, one play, a pass from Rodriguez to Garcia for the score. Line drive kick, fielded at the 13. Looking for some running room, breaking one tackle and then getting stuffed. On the return was Damian Arbaca. On the tackle, Hector Ramirez.
Carroll, as we look across the way, Brawley was very representative tonight. They just about filled up the stands, which is a good thing to see. They travel well with their squad. And some people are leaving, but most of them are staying. This game's not over yet. Obviously, Brawley's in a very difficult situation, but there's still a lot of football to be played. 7:42, and Brawley has all 3 of their timeouts, and we've already seen them score twice on quick plays.
Matthew Gutierrez, the sophomore at quarterback, and hands off. Actually, that's a pass, and on the pass, Daniel Camillo, streaking from a wide receiver position, got the little toss. It was forward, so it is a completed pass, and picks up about 5 yards.
And that is a fly sweep where the man in motion is the one that gets the ball. Nice pickup.
2nd and 5. Clock runs. We're down to 7 minutes in this football game.
See if Brawley takes a shot here, tries to go deep to Porras. As Brawley now a little confused. They're going to go to double wide outs to the left side, single wide out to the right.
Porras in the slot on the wide side, the left side. Gutierrez with the snap, drops back, looks, fires deep downfield, and has the man open, and he makes a beautiful catch. Damian Arbaca, he's stepped up in this game, John.
Yeah, that was a great pass by Gutierrez. He read it perfect. Artie Estrada came in on the fake, and then we saw that the receiver turned upfield, brought it down in Spartan territory on the 44. We mentioned, Carroll, this Brawley's got some quick strike in them. And Centro right now, they're a little bit on their heels.
1st and 10 from the Spartan 46-yard line. Gutierrez back to pass, looking, chased out of the pocket, gets away, and then throws it away.
Good heads-up play by Gutierrez to not take a sack.
And pressure inside from Malachi Okan and Michael Fisher.
And Carroll, regardless of the outcome of this game, Brawley has to be feeling pretty good about the next 2 years because Gutierrez is only a sophomore. And we can remember that the four-year starter, Efren Gutierrez, no relation, he really didn't pick up passing until he got to be a junior. He was pretty much an option running quarterback his first 2 years. So this Gutierrez Matthew already shows he can throw the football. Right
Spread formation. It is 2nd and 10. Gutierrez back to pass. Gutierrez gets a block, rolls to his left, being chased by Jacob De La Rosa, and he will just toss it out of bounds.
Another good heads-up play. Nowhere to go with the football, so meaning Gutierrez just tossed out of bounds before he went out of bounds.
Good. I don't know about you, John, but I could see Jacob De La Rosa's face as he was chasing Gutierrez. Gotcha. Oh.
He definitely had malice in his mind as well. He was really running hard.
Well, he comes from a long line of law enforcement, John. I don't think there was any malice.
Let's say he had what you're supposed to have on the football field. He wanted to bring the man down.
Exactly. 3rd and 10. Okay, Coach, what do you got?
Well, just let Gutierrez, have a way. He's been very successful running around back there.
Zane Richards, the single setback. They dump the double pass, fire downfield, and it's incomplete. Skylar Cook stayed with his man, and it goes incomplete.
So that will bring up 4th down. I don't think we'll see Brawley punt after 3 straight incompletion passes. That was on the double pass. It was actually Camillo that threw the incompletion. But Skylar Cook was right there. If that ball would have been on target, if he didn't intercept it, he certainly would have knocked it away. Charlie Sullivan is back out on the field too, by the way, Carroll. He's played this entire series on defense.
4th and 10.
Let's see if Jared Martin makes his presence felt. He's on the left side of the defensive line now.
5:46 to play in the game. Central leads 28-14. Matthew Gutierrez, the sophomore, drops back, being chased, dumps it off. It's caught underneath, and first down. Charlie Sullivan wraps up Mackay Washington. No easy task. And while he picked up 5, not enough.
It was 4th and 10 after 3 straight incompletions, and they're going to mark the ball down, it looks like, on the 41-yard line. So that, let's see, well, they're putting it right on the 40, Carroll, so that was only a 4-yard pickup thanks to the tackle by Sullivan.
Sure-handed Charlie Sullivan on both sides of the football tonight. First and 10.
Let's see if we see a steady diet of Charlie Sullivan, Carroll, here in the last 5.5 minutes.
Damian Rodriguez puts Marini in motion. Hands off. Charlie Sullivan in the middle. Pushes across the 45 to the 46-yard line.
let's see if Brawley starts to exercise their timeouts. They have all three of them, Carroll. Right now, the feel of the game is Central is in control, leading by 2 scores.
Mario Cazares on that tackle.
We'll have all the stats, of course, at the completion of the game. Sullivan somewhere near the 200-yard rushing mark now with his 3 touchdowns.
And I would look for him to get the ball a whole bunch between now and the end of this game, John. 2nd and 5 from the 46-yard line in Spartan territory. Charlie Sullivan, nothing inside, cuts it to the outside across the 50 and goes out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. That's good for a first down. Move the chains. Spotted on the 48 in Wildcat territory.
Another 6-yard pickup for Sullivan.
4:52 to play. 28-14, Central leads. Okay, Stanley, did you hear me? 28-14, Central. From the Wildcat, Sullivan on a 1st and 10. Sullivan behind the big guys. Bounces off one and is wrapped up. Matthew Gutierrez on the tackle. And Gutierrez and Gilbert Corrales both helped Charlie up. That always reminds me of what was it Notre Dame did to O.J. Simpson. Every time they tackled him, they helped him up real quick. Don't give him a chance to catch his breath.
Yeah, it wasn't because of sportsmanship. It was just gamesmanship. They wanted to go ahead and, as you said, just wear him out, because that's back in the day when Simpson would carry sometimes as much as 35, 36 times a game. Nowadays, if you get 20, it's a lot.
2nd and 11 from the Wildcat. Rolling to his left, and there's another flag as Charlie Sullivan cuts upfield. He'll go all the way, but it's coming back. Charlie Sullivan went 49 yards, all for naught. 2 flags, at least 2 holding penalties.
Well, Central has dominated the stats tonight, Carroll, and that's not only in yards gained, passes, yards gained passing, rushing. They also won the penalty area. They're getting close, I would think, to triple digits now, close to 100 yards of penalties. Brawley, as always, they're down there somewhere probably around 20, 25. Here's the call.
Holding, declined, holding, accepted. As I said, there were 2 holds.
Well, maybe that's why Sullivan was able to run the 52 yards into the end zone or whatever it was.
3:30 to play in the football game.
They will start the clock after this when the ball's put down all the way back on the 36-yard line. So that is, we'll have to make that a 16-yard penalty. So that
it is
should
a spot foul.
Yeah, bring up 2nd and 26. They need to get all the way down to the 38-yard line, and they're right now on their own 38-yard line.
So the Spartans come out, and again, penalty. Viesca is the setback. Ayala in motion. Back to pass. Dumps it off. It is Sergio Garcia. Garcia is dropped.
At that time, Carroll, you could see that the Wildcats just really closed in on that as slow developing as Brawley takes their first timeout.
We'll take a timeout. We've got 3:17 to play in this football game. Central 28, Brawley 14.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been providing private security locally for more than 20 years and have owned Southwest Security for more than 6.5 years. I'm proud to announce that we have over 250 employees working here in Imperial and Coachella Valley. Last year, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. P.O. Box service to you. Also located at Southwest Security at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro. If you're in the need for security services, please call us at Southwest Security at 760-970-4500.
IBC is celebrating 60 years of providing quality quality education to the Imperial Valley. It is now recognized as a top 10 community college in the nation through IVC's culture of care, strong K-12 partnership, transfer degree pathways, embedded tutoring program, flexible scheduling process, and many more services to support student success and completion. IVC is here to support you. IVC has what any student from any background needs to successfully complete their education at IVC and continue. Begin applying at imperial.edu/admissions.
Okay, John Driffill, Central, penalty, mistake. And this against a depleted Brawley squad that has played them very well tonight.
Yeah, give props to Brawley. They came here ready to play football, and they've done an excellent job. Every kid out there has played his heart out, done his best.
Back to pass. Rodriguez has plenty of time looking downfield. Now he's being chased and will run out of bounds. That'll go down as a sack. And where are they going to spot it? They will spot it.
Yeah, would have done Rodriguez well just to toss the ball out of bounds, much like Gutierrez does. That would have saved them they put it back on the 30, would have saved about 8 yards.
So it is 4th and 112 yards to go. Miles Rodriguez to do the punting. Good snap. Gets it away under a big rush. Gets away a beauty. And it is fielded at the 32. Now there's going to come back as that one, Daniel Camille returned. And big, nasty block downfield that was unnecessary and is going to bring it way back.
That's going to really put Brawley back. It's a hit to the head or helmet. We'll see if it's an expulsion. But, Carroll, they had the ball out here outside the 40, about the 42. The penalty took place on a 32. They're going to move it back 15 more yards, so that's going to put it inside the 20. It's a big penalty.
Unnecessary hit.
Best kick of the night, best punt of the night for Rodriguez as Central right now in control, 3:01. Although let's remember Central scored twice with just a little over 3 minutes to play. And that's what Brawley's looking at as they put the ball back on the 15-yard line.
And Gutierrez has shown the ability to strike long. Spot it on the 16. It'll be 1st and 10. 3:01 to play. Matthew Gutierrez has Moreno right next to him, but I think it's going to go up in the air. Now he moves Moreno to the other side, drops back, looking, will keep the football. He gets away from one tackler, turns it upfield, and will be chased out of bounds after he picks up about 10 yards.
Gutierrez has good speed, and he's big. He's much bigger than the other quarterback, Ethan Gutierrez. Probably weighs 30, 40 pounds more, and yet he looks to be just as shifty. Very difficult to bring down in the open field. The gain's all the way out to the 26, as you called it, Carroll, a 10-yard pickup.
That will stop the clock. He's shown me to be a very smart quarterback in being able to throw the ball away and avoid the sack. That time, turn it upfield and get out of bounds and stop the clock. 1st and 10.
There's less than 5 seconds. They do get off in time.
Gutierrez drops back, chased out of the pocket again, looking downfield, dumps it off underneath. Camilo with the catch. Camilo drags a bunch of Spartans with him and gets it out across the 45 to about the 47-yard line.
Yeah, once again, Gutierrez right up to the line of scrimmage and then stops and lets the ball go for another 1st down.
And Camilo with the good sense to come back for the football.
20-yard pickup that time.
Heads-up football by the Wildcats throughout the night, John. 2:20 to play. Gutierrez with Moreno right next to him. Moreno.
Let's see if they go deep, Carroll.
I got a hunch they're going to try. Chased out of the pocket again and dumping it off, incomplete.
Yeah, Jared Martin, all kinds of pressure on Gutierrez, so he just threw that one away. Because if he didn't, then he was going to be sacked for a huge loss.
And again, smart decisions being made by Matthew Gutierrez. He's listed at 5'10", 180. He looks a little bit bigger than that, John. That was probably the beginning of the year. And if he's a sophomore in high school, he's eating everything in the refrigerator, in the pantry, and what he can find at the neighbor's house.
Yeah, this really bodes well for Brawley. No matter what happens here, they're going to look forward to a bright future with not only Gutierrez, but also Matthew Moreno's coming back. So they'll have the two Matthews in the backfield for the next 2 years.
2nd and 10.
And Porras is an excellent wide receiver. They'll have him for those 2 years also.
Back to pass, looking again, rolling to his right, being chased by De La Rosa.
They're going to call him. Well, I heard a whistle, so I thought they'd called him out of bounds, but apparently they didn't. They let the play continue, and that's going to be another first down.
Again, heady play by Matthew Gutierrez.
Refusing to get tackled is now the referee. I'm sure they're going to talk about that because there definitely was a whistle that was blown. And doesn't matter what happens after the whistle's blown. If you blow a whistle, the kids are supposed to hold up so no one gets hurt. And I'm just absolutely sure that's what they're going to talk about. Now, it's possible, Carroll, that somebody in the stands somewhere has a whistle and they let it go. But right now, the ref's going to have to figure that out as they're all standing at the 45-yard line with 2:03 to go. The ball, as sits at Central's 45-yard line, 44-yard line. And now we're going to get the explanation. They're saying, no whistle.
Well, we heard it, but I've heard a whistle from the stands a good part of the evening, John.
Well, whoever's blowing it, they need to find him and take it away.
1st and 10, Wildcats from the Spartan 44-yard line. Gutierrez, quick, dumps it off, incomplete. Intended for Brandon Porras, and Porras streaking down the far sideline, but it was behind him, incomplete. 2nd and 10.
That was miscommunication. Porras ran a go where he was headed straight for the end zone, and Gutierrez thought he was going to break it off to the first down marker, so no chance for that ball be complete. But it only took about 8 seconds off the clock. Does stop the clock. Brawley still with 2 timeouts left.
2nd and 10. 28-14, if you want to know what the score is. Central leads Brawley. Gutierrez drops back, looks, dumps it off, and it goes incomplete again. Miscommunication. It was behind Matthew Moreno. Moreno never looked for the ball, and it was almost picked off.
That was one of those what's called a hot read, where Gutierrez read it perfectly. Central blitzed both of their outside linebackers. He released the other Matthew Moreno, and he was running loose and free at the 40-yard line, but he didn't turn around expecting the ball. If he reads that play, he's going to turn around and catch that ball. And I don't know if he would have scored, but it would have been an interesting foot race between him and Skylar Cook.
3rd and 10. The ball on the Spartans' 44-yard line. Time running out for the Wildcats. Gutierrez, short drop. He's hit, loses the football, and the Wildcats recover it.
That was Jared Martin on the hit.
And the ball recovered by Julius Diaz, but it'll move it all the way back to the 46-yard line in Wildcat territory.
10-yard loss, and Brawley's going to take their second timeout.
We'll take the timeout as well. Minute 30 to play. Central 28, and Brawley 14.
Kennedy's Karne at 1239 Adams Avenue in El Centro. Check out these specials. USDA Choice or Black Angus Carne Asada Flat Meat, $1 off per pound. USDA Choice Filet Mignon, $9.99 a pound. Chicken wings, $1.99 a pound. Su Carne Ribeye Steak Bone In, $6.99 a pound. And Su Carne Marinated Flat Meat, $5.99 a pound. And it's back, only Monday through Wednesday. Traditional Pollo Asada, buy one, get 1 pound free. Kennedy's Karne is open Sunday through Wednesday, 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Thursday through Saturday, 8 to 8. That's Kennedy's Karne at 1239 Adams Avenue in El Centro.
McNeece Mart is your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get you through your day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party with their giant 52-inch pizza. Daily specials on selected foot-long subs. Yes, McNeece Mart is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
Your favorite NFL team plays on Imperial Valley's AM 1230, Kxo El Centro.
The Wildcats with a 4th and 20. Matthew Gutierrez back, chased out of the pocket. He's hit, and he'll be sacked. And all sorts of Spartans in on him. Russ Butler brought him down.
Yeah. Malachi O'Con also was in there, Carroll. But those players standing in for the injured Brawley pass rusher had such a big bell game 2 weeks ago, Israel Rascon. And that will turn the ball over, and that will close this game out. Hopefully Brawley will not exercise their timeout, and hopefully we won't have any problems, Carroll, like we had not during the bell game, but at the conclusion. We'll see if the teams line up and shake hands. I'm going to assume that they're all going to stay on the sidelines.
It is the victory formation. Back 20 yards from the line of scrimmage is Charlie Sullivan.
And
okay, one of the Wildcats.
Yeah, that was Matthew Moreno, but he just jumped in there. He didn't make contact, so making sure that the quarterback does take it and go down. And now everyone is shaking hands, congratulating each other as Central beats Brawley twice, Carroll, in 2 weeks. Coach Pena goes 6-1 against the Brawley Wildcats, his alma mater.
Well, they're going to have to do this probably twice more.
Yeah, we'll need 2 more snaps. You can't, even the defensive team can't go and say, and Gutierrez and Sergio Garcia, both sophomores, shaking hands, patting each other on the helmet. We'll have 1 more snap, and that will finish this game, Carroll.
Okay, and, well, John, I'm glad you were able to come aboard for this one.
Well, I wish I would have been there in Brawley as well. And, yeah, Carroll, we're not going to have any midfield anything. Right now the players are shaking hands, but Central's going to go directly to the sidelines and over to say hi to their fans. Brawley is going to go to the other side. Skylar Cook and Matt Sullivan are going to go out with Coach Pena to congratulate the Brawley Wildcats. They are the captains, 2 of the captains. And the Brawley showing good sportsmanship. They're going to come and they're going to shake their hands and wish them well next week. Central's going to have to clean up a lot of penalties, Carroll, if they want to be successful next week.
And we'll get to what the possibilities are when we come back.
Wake up with Broken Yolk Café. Open daily at 7 a.m. Serving your favorite breakfast. From omelets, pancakes, eggs Benedict, waffles, and yes, Mexican breakfast too. Broken Yolk Café serves lunch till 2 p.m. From sandwiches, salads, and yes, of course, the all-American cheeseburger. Broken Yolk Café thanks you for voting us the best breakfast in town. Once again, you can order online at Broken Yolk Café El Centro or call 760-352-9655.
Bo and his team of employees at Stan's Auto Body are constantly striving on giving you 100% satisfaction on getting your vehicle repaired and fixed right. Stan's Auto Body is grateful for the support they hear from the job they're doing and being highly rated with CarWise.com. Yes, accidents are disturbing, and Stan's Auto Body is here for you to ease the pain and fix your vehicle as fast as possible. Stop by at 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
IVC is celebrating 60 years of providing quality education to the Imperial Valley. It is now recognized as a top 10 community college in the nation through IVC's culture of care, strong K-12 partnership, transfer degree pathways, embedded tutoring program, flexible scheduling process, and many more services to support student success and completion. IVC is here to support you. IVC has what any student from any background needs to successfully complete their education at IVC and continue. Begin applying at imperial.edu/admissions.
Craving Mexican food? La Fonda Bar Grill is everybody's favorite choice. The Camacho family has been doing it right for many, many years. You're never disappointed on the service you get, the smiling faces who serve you, and the food that's delivered to your table. They make you feel at home. One tradition they've always kept is serving you freshly made Mexican food daily, from chile rellenos to enchiladas. Everything is handmade. La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street, El Centro.
Well, the game goes the way of the Centro Spartans. Despite all their penalties, all their mistakes, they prevail 28-14 as they beat a somewhat depleted Brawley Wildcat team. And that means the Spartans will play next Friday night. We are anticipating they will have a home game, because as the number 2 seed in the Division II CIF playoffs, they're going to have a home game all the way through. Who will they play? Well, we'll know tomorrow night. It'll be the winner of San Marcos and Ramona. San Marcos, the number 6 seed, Ramona, the number 3 seed, and we'll see what happens. San Marcos defeated Valley Center 41-12 last week, and that gave them the right to play tomorrow night. Anyway, we'll wait and see and let you know as soon as we know. I can tell you that tomorrow night on AM 1230 and on the Kxo YouTube channel, it'll be Imperial and the Bishop's Caymans. I believe they are the Caymans. We'll tee it up. Mickey Dale and George Grijalva will bring you that game, 6:45 for the pregame show on AM 1230 and on the Kxo YouTube channel. John, you got some numbers for us?
Yeah, eye-popping numbers, Carroll. Again, we haven't seen this from a Brawley football team ever in the 38 years that we've been doing this. Brawley ran the ball from scrimmage 17 times for a total of 8 yards. Now, we do have to factor in the 19-yard loss on the bad snap, but then we also had 4 sacks, Carroll, that totaled over 18 yards as well. So that's what kept the total to only 8 yards. 11 for 23 was Gutierrez with the one pass by Camilo. 11 for 23, not bad, almost 50% for 156 yards, giving Brawley 164 total yards. They did have 11 first downs after picking up 5 in the first half, 6 in the second half. And they did have the one interception, Artie Estrada, that when the game was in the balance, made a big pick right here about the 34-yard line of the Spartans that saved the Brawley Wildcats from going in and tying up the football game. Brawley, on the other side, Centro ran the ball 31 times for scrimmage for 197 yards. 13 for 20 was Rodriguez for 140 yards. A very nice balance of 337 total yards for the Central Spartans. 17 first downs, and just as important as all of that, no fumbles, no interceptions. Individually, I'm going to get to the rushing second this time. We're going to go with the passing, as the 13 completions were spread out among 5 receivers. Charlie Sullivan, of course, had 2 in the first half for 22 yards. Sergio Garcia, 4 receptions for 52 yards and a big 21-yard touchdown. Also, getting 2 receptions. Jaden Ayala for 14 yards. Arturo Estrada getting 4 catches for 40 yards. And Gavin Marini getting 1 catch for 12 yards. Running the football tonight, 3 ball carriers, total to 31 carries. First, you had Damian Rodriguez getting 1 carry, 1 sack, and then another carry that was tackled right at the line of scrimmage. 3 carries, a negative 1 yard. Also getting 1 carry, Zarian Robinson for 1 yard. So you have 31 carries. Those 2 had 4. Charlie Sullivan had 27 carries tonight, 197 yards, and 3 touchdowns, not counting the 42-yard carry he had that was called back by a penalty, among others. So he would have had another touchdown as well. So Central has some things that Coach Pena and his coaching staff will work on. But all in all, this was Charlie Sullivan. 5 touchdowns in 2 weeks playing against the Brawley Wildcats, 2 in the Bell game, 1 the winner, 3 of them tonight. And the third one that he scored tonight was also the winning score as Garcia tacked on the 4th touchdown in the 4th quarter.
Good, John. It appears that we'll be working next Friday night, and we will know who we will be broadcasting. We anticipate we'll be right here at Cal Jones Field. And for the Brawley Wildcats, their season is over. Season did not end the way that Coach and the kids would have liked it to end, but life does go on. What else is going on? Well, I can tell you Vincent will be at Classical Academy tomorrow night, Palo Verde at La Jolla Country Day School, and we already mentioned Imperial in La Jolla to take on the Bishop's School. High school football on AM 1230 KXO El Centro, California, brought to you by Southwest Security Services, by Kennedy's Karne, McNeece Mart, Dogwood and Maine, by La Fonda Bar and Grill, by the CB Stop in Calexico. Also brought to you by the Broken Yolk Café, Kennedy's Taco Shop, Stan's Auto Body, and by Imperial Valley College. We want to thank our producer-engineer, Gabe Lemus, our technical advisor, of course, Kurt Hoffman. We salute the great Spartan Band, the Tall Flags, the Spartans, and the cheerleaders that are such a big part of a high school football game. For John Driffill, I'm Carroll Buckley. Stay tuned. It's more of the best oldies on the radio on AM 1230 KXO.
The Imperial Valley's best oldies on the radio.
In others' eyes I see reflected, I heard strong, rejected love.
The best music all day.
It's like a trip through time.